Fadel, act like you're more miserable and then say, look at the hard cam and say, we'll be right back with more Japan time.
We'll be right back with more Japan time.
Give it a second. Oh, no, you're good. No, you can come in. You're good. But you.
I can't come in?
No. We'll be right back with more Japan time.
What is going on, everybody? Rogers Base here, and welcome to the Japan Time Podcast for December 13th, 2024. We know this is a little bit of a weird one. Normally we go live on Mondays, every other Monday, in fact, but we've been busy. We're getting to the end of the year. Some of us are going to some special events, and so we're not quite able to do the show on Monday. So we figured instead of waiting till next week, we're just going to do the show today because the Game Awards were yesterday, and we have a lot of stuff to discuss. Now, joining me, of course, I have my co-host. You know him, the one, the only, creator of the award-winning Pokemon Cypher series on YouTube. We've got Shofu. What is going on, Shofu? How are you feeling now that the Cypher's been out for a while?
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Fantastic. And what did Kaya cook up for you? You didn't think I was going to go there.
Answer correctly.
There's actually a very simple answer.
She didn't cook me shit, bro.
She didn't cook you anything? Well, she should have cooked you some turkey so you could school Fadel on whether or not turkey is the same thing as chicken.
Oh,
and actually, Fadel, I have something very special for you that I'm going to put in the podcast call. I went on Google, typed in Fadel the turkey, Sonic the Hedgehog style, and got this. This is the image. So this is you as a turkey in the Sonic the Hedgehog.
This is disgusting. What the fuck is this?
I literally just typed in Fadel the turkey, Sonic the Hedgehog style on Google, and that's what came up.
Oh, hell no.
It's not me, man.
It looks like it could be you.
No, bro, get it away.
All right. Well, while you're getting that away, you know what? Someone who sometimes we say get away from us, but actually we love him. We've got McDareth. What's up, McDareth? How are you?
Fucking come to me with this bullshit. I'm doing fine, man.
I said a nice thing. I didn't say anything bad.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
I said we're welcoming. No. But I want it on the record stated that we're welcoming you this week, right? There's not that much time.
Sometimes you say get away from me, and then he's like, no, but you can actually come around. But other times, yeah, get away.
But I'm saying that's a good. Well, sometimes we do say get away from me. You're the one who said stranger danger to my girlfriend at the Japan
Bro,
Time dinner.
it was a joke. Why are you still bringing this up?
I'm just saying,
it was
you
a
said
joke. I get it. I'm very serious a lot of the time. It was a joke. It was not meant seriously. Apologize to Reagan if she took it seriously. It was a joke.
All right. I'll make sure to let her know that. Someone who's not a joke, though. Someone who is, in fact, a very serious man. We have Coastward. What is up, Coast?
Nintendo gamer.
How you feeling? You playing Marvel Rivals right now?
I'm having an excellent time playing hashtag Marvel Rivals. Guys, check it out. MarvelRivals.com. Play for free now. Yeah, that's it.
Hashtag
What's
free
they paying you, bro?
Hashtag free product.
Right.
actually
Where's
cannot
where's
disclose
my
that.
cut, bro?
I can't disclose it.
Yes, you can.
I
That
actually
would be kind of sick. If we
Where's
got
my
Marvel
cut,
Rivals to
bro?
sponsor the show, that would be kind of cool, actually. We could probably do it because of Aru.
What does that mean?
Also, Reagan heard me from the other room and Discorded me because she was going to have me order food during the show. And she just said, tell them that I am stranger danger. They better not accept any candy or they'll get in my van or else.
I'm never going to live this shit
She
down.
literally said, this is actually
down.
crazy. She said, they better not accept any candy or get in my van or else. And then she wrote hashtag never forget. So that is...
You two are perfect for each other. I'll just say
Clearly,
that. Absolutely perfect.
You know,
Fair
someone
enough.
else who's perfect for this show, we've got Tito. What's going on, Tito? How you feeling?
I feel vindicated. I feel justified that all is right with the world. You know what I'm saying? That there truly are people with taste in this world. That's how I feel.
That's right. And of course we know that because the person with the most exquisite taste
Talk
is
to him.
our one and only resident gentleman, Viram. What is up, Viram?
I am splendid. Thank you very much. It's been a
Hell
great
yeah.
week.
That's right.
Big
You want to tell
chillin'.
the people what happened? Maybe a big thing right at the very beginning of the show? Would love
It
for you
did.
to open the show with this.
Yeah, something big did happen. We, as most of you may know, I work for a little studio called Heart Machine, and
Yes,
we
sir.
announced our early access release date for Hyper Light Breaker. It is going to be January next year, so keep an eye on that. If you haven't wishlisted it already, make sure to do that. It's you know, my complete honest thoughts, you know, off the record, although it's quite clearly on the record, but off the record. The game's very fun, genuinely. It's and I wouldn't say this if I genuinely didn't think it. The game is fun, even more fun if you play with friends. It's rough around the edges, of course. It's early access, so you have to bear with us. But it's a good time, and I definitely, you know, hope people hop on the game and have a good time.
And really, again, you guys should wishlist the game because every time you wishlist it, the Japan Time podcast gets $20. Every single time it's wishlisted. So if you want us to continue giving you high quality content, make sure to wishlist the game. And $20 will go directly
We
to
can
our
start
pocket.
giving them high
I'm
quality
surprised
content.
Viram did not cut you off at
I
all.
can neither confirm nor deny the validity of that statement.
You know what? I think the people need to know. Yeah, and actually what the people need to know this week is we have quite a bit of news. So not only did we have the Game Awards, not only did someone in this call already see Sonic 3 and it actually isn't Fadel, not only do we have a new update for Pokemon TCG Pocket to talk about, we have a lot of other news. The first thing I think we should open the show with, because this is the thing that I feel like you guys can talk about and want to talk about for a while because you've been playing a lot of it and I haven't had the chance to play it yet, is Marvel Rivals. So who wants to take it away with the Marvel Rivals talk? How are you guys feeling about it? Initial thoughts, impressions? Let's hear it.
Go ahead, Coast.
I mean, I've been playing it since the beta. And I loved it a lot since then. I probably brought it up in past episodes. But with the release, it's still the same game pretty much. I'm loving it a lot. I've been playing it a lot. The new stuff they added, the new maps, new characters has been really fun. Geoff is a racist and a bigot and
You want to clarify Geoff the Land Shark? Wait. You want to say Geoff the Land Shark and
we
not
are
Geoff
talking
Keighley.
about Rivals. Of course it's going to be
I
Geoff
just
the
want
Land
to. I want to clarify because this is a Game Awards show and
All
it's
right.
titled the Game Awards.
Okay.
So people are just walking in here. I don't want them to think Geoff Keighley's a racist.
But yeah, that,
What the
overall,
fuck
my
does this
thoughts.
come back to, bro? What?
We're talking about we're talking about Geoff the Landshark being a fucking bigot and Satan's strongest soldier. That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Overall, yeah, it's a clean game. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about it because I've been playing it for a while. So
I think it's pretty good, man.
Yeah,
It's pretty
Go ahead,
fun.
Silva.
I like that it's third person. I like the characters
Yes.
they put in it. Some of them, most of them. I like that it's free. They obviously worked very hard on the visuals. It's crazy what some money will do for you, bro.
A good game, man.
I mean, I played a lot. I mean,
Oh,
obviously the
let me
biggest-
tell you about how we beat the
God.
motherfucking brakes off at Dell and
All
Ari.
right, yeah.
Oh
This is
my
more important. This is more important. This is more important than what I was going to say.
No,
Y'all got fucking smoked.
we were for context, Roger.
Hey, Fidel,
we were
is there a game that
playing
you're good
quick
at?
Match. No,
Okay,
I don't know.
you're
man.
playing quick.
We were
So
playing
what's the
quick-
to
difference?
play games like that.
We were
Okay.
playing quick match at like 3-4 a.m. Like
Okay.
my group of friends were all playing, and then we see on the other team, we're like, "Is that Shofu?" And it was all Shofu and his boys, and we're like, "Oh shit, we gotta lock in." And then they cooked us.
See,
they
but
did
it's
more
funny.
than
It's
cook
funny
you,
because
bro. You
I
got
was
destroyed.
I was chilling
Uh-huh.
until Chris said, "Wait, are we queued up against Fidel?" And then I seen that I seen Ario's name. And I said, "Bro, we can't lose a fucking round. We gotta beat
that's
them."
what we said. No, that's what we said.
Except
not go
Shofu
well.
and gang
You
actually
had no
delivered. You just
chance.
didn't.
You had
I
no
need,
fucking
I need the
chance.
logs. I need the logs because when you guys posted it in the Discord, it was like obviously bad.
No, bro.
Fidel went 2-10, right? And I called
It
him
was
out. I
bad.
said,
They
"You're
were
ass
cooking us.
ass." No. Listen, I said you're ass. And then you defended yourself by saying, bro, I was support first round. And you were 2-8-0. How you have 0 assists?
Bro, it was
I
a
know
bad
how. I can
round,
tell you how.
man.
That's
Look at
tough.
them. They were killing all of us. And then they were blaming me. I was like, no, bro, all of you died a million times.
That's tough.
It is tough, bro. It's a problem.
I mean, there's a lot of obviously parallels with Overwatch.
Nigga, you did
obviously.
3K damage.
That's crazy.
Bro.
That's crazy. He went back and checked. That's
I
insane.
was just gonna say, I feel like he
Lock
went
him
back
up.
to the VOD to see it.
Lock
They
him
wouldn't
up.
let us breathe, man. We walked in, they just killed us.
We weren't beating we made sure we beat the brakes off of you.
That's
Tough,
insane.
man.
But yeah, there's obviously a lot of parallels with Overwatch. And my only, I think the game's fun. I think it's fine. I think obviously because people kind of forget how not balanced Overwatch was on release. That game was not balanced in any way. Like that shit was giga broken. So I'm not really necessarily worried about any particularly strong characters at this moment. What I am concerned with though is the disparity in roster.
Man,
What do you mean?
I'm agreeing.
Yeah. It's crazy because like if you look at the character select screen, there's literally for every tank and or healer, there's 2 DPS basically, or like 1.5. Like that. I get it. Deep people want to do damage in these kinds of games, but if it's a character shooter that's a 6-person character shooter, like you can't have that disparity is crazy. Like that is insane.
They're
like
literally
that's
encouraging everybody to play fucking duelists, and then the games. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's because like especially in a character shooter like that. Just speaking from like because I played up a gajillion hours of Overwatch, and like the characters that are available dictate obviously what characters people are going to gravitate towards. So the more DPS you play, that means there's more options.
There's
for
a lot of
DPS.
duelists that I think should be like tanks. Like I think Wolverine should be a tank. It doesn't make any sense that
correct. I agree.
Like I don't understand that.
I agree.
I do know that there's some characters that are going to be coming out soon that are duelists that I also don't agree with.
Yeah.
Who are the characters right now that are like top of the meta though? Like if you could say like 5 characters that everybody is playing and that you're seeing constantly.
Cloak and Dagger.
Okay.
Mantis. The thing is about the games like this, I'm about to name 3 supports because supports in these games are always like supports.
Sure, of course, they're
broken
always good. For sure.
Supports
sure.
always have to be good. But like, and then the DPS are all skill based. But like, if you have you can carry a team with a good support in any.
I think there's like 3 definitive DPS that are like top of the top though.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man's up there. If you know how to play Spider-Man and you're not dog shit like bronze level player, and you have some experience on Spider-Man or just like previous Overwatch experience, Spider-Man's like 100% up there. I think Hawkeye's up there for sure.
Hawkeye is fucking broken as hell.
Yeah.
Fuck Hawkeye, bro.
I personally think Hella.
Hawkeye would have been one of the best. I would have thought.
Hawkeye's extremely good.
Wow.
Hawkeye has like insane damage. You can one-shot people with headshots.
Yeah, Hawkeye is the only character that can really one-shot somebody without an ultimate.
His kit's good as hell too.
Yes.
His like as a archer character, he also shoots pretty fast. So
any
yeah,
character with a bow in those kind of games are usually really fucking good. Like,
but yeah, I also think Hella's pretty good. I don't think people are playing Hella
She's
as
really
much.
good.
I also think Star-Lord is also pretty good.
I think
Yeah,
Star-Lord.
he's
I was
good
gonna say Star-Lord. I think Star-Lord is very good because again, it's just let's make Tracer fly and then let's give Tracer
and
flying
give him more
tactical
damage.
visor.
Yeah,
And then give Tracer flying tactical
And
visor.
more HP.
Like and more HP. Like tanks. I think it's Thor. I think it's Thor. I think
it's Thor, Strange, and Magneto for sure.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. I think Groot is.
Groot's pretty good.
I think Groot's. I think Groot's.
I think this is where we differ in opinion because I think it's Penny and Venom.
Wow, really? I don't know.
Penny is Penny Parker, right? From Spider-Man.
Yeah.
She's the only character that I saw anybody saying that she wasn't good. Like I haven't seen many people say, yeah, she's the only because I saw somebody do like a tier list online, and she was the only one that was on the bottom, and I was curious as to why that was the case. Because I would imagine if you're a Spider-Man character, you'd be pretty high up there.
No.
She's good on defense on
Yeah.
or like when they're pushing the payload and you're on defense.
I see.
Or like holding
Yeah,
the site, like she's pretty good.
That's another thing. Utility on a character or like their tier depends on what map you're playing on and what game mode and what side you're playing on. So it really depends.
I'm actually not mad. Like I think actually a lot of the tanks like are pretty close. Like I don't think there's a tank that's clearly better than all the other ones, which I think is kind of how tanks in character shooters should be. I think every tank should be situational. That's why tank players usually in these types of games professionally are shot callers, because they're like, hey, we're playing this map and it's this mode. Magneto is objectively better here, even though you could consider maybe like quote unquote Thor's a better character, etc. I'm just picking names. So it's like,
yeah, and for the healers, I think 80% of them need to get nerfed.
yes, I think Cloak and Dagger does too much damage. And
Cloak and Dagger's too strong. Luna
I like
Snow.
that they put Cloak and Dagger in there. Those are cool characters.
Those are cool characters, and they're but I'm not mad because the thing is like Cloak and Dagger is a character that has a high skill expression more than most supports, because it's like you're a stance changer. So the trade off is I have damage mode and I have damage and debuff mode and I have straight healing mode, but both of them do damage. So that's weird. But again, the balance is not necessarily what I'm worried about, because I think the balance will come. The fact is that there's 8 billion DPS and there's 6 healers there's 6 healers and 6 tanks basically. And you're just sitting there, you're like, okay, cool. There's no CC in the game practically unless you're ult. So like you can't peel really. Like
yeah, CC. I mean, there's a bit, but
there's not enough.
CC, but the characters with CC are really good because of that.
like for example, like Captain America has no CC.
I think Captain America is probably one of the worst tanks in the game.
I think he's objectively one of the worst characters in the game. Like I do. Like and I play a shit ton of Cap.
In a game like this without CC.
Without one move, one CC move? Like that's crazy. Like that's the whole point.
Like the only CC moves I can think of are like Hela's orb, Mantis's like little hallucination thing.
Yeah. So Venom
Mantis
has Venom.
sleep.
Mantis sleep.
Venom
Penny's
slow.
right click.
Penny right click. Venom slow. Knockback. Like Magneto has a knockback. Like Bucky has a hook, which counts.
This shit's fire too.
And then Hulk is all CC, but that's just his ult. So it's
I think what makes a character good in this game is if they have good movement options, because there's very lacking movement abilities in this game, and the characters that do have those abilities are the better characters. So
Hawkeye doesn't
hopefully
really have shit.
Well, he has his double jump.
That ain't shit, bro.
Well, it's better than some things that other characters have. Like some characters don't have shit, and they're just walking chickens with their heads cut off.
You mean like Punisher?
Punisher, like
the Punisher has movement, but it's like
Punisher
fake.
not supposed to, bro. Punisher was mobile. That shit would be fucking stupid.
Yeah, he'd be broken. But it's like shit like
he's still a solid character.
Like Geoff being able to heal all of his HP and be impossible to hit if he's underground. Like fuck you, man. Like
like I said earlier before we started the show, I think the one thing that needs to be like fixed is the hitbox stuff in this game. Hitboxes, not even just with Geoff and his ult and all that stuff, but like hitboxes and hurt boxes on characters are very weird. Because not every character has the same method of dealing damage and shooting and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going into their engine to calculate it all, but like if you go from like Iron Fist to Hawkeye or something like that, it feels very weird trying to attack an enemy, because sometimes you think a thing should be landing and they don't, and then the vice versa. So I think that's just something that needs to be adjusted.
There's two things I really wanted to get out on this, because games like this particularly are based more on their like balance actually isn't as important as much as character diversity, if that makes sense. Like character diversity is everything in these games. Like do I have a character for the situation? It doesn't matter if they're balanced or not, because a better character for the situation, it doesn't matter if they're bad. Like there was a lot of really early instances where there are a lot of characters who are suboptimal on Overwatch, but because of the map or because of the mode like be like like I'm just gonna pick a character like May. If May was bad, but it doesn't matter because on this point May's fucking broken.
Not
So
even
you
that.
play
Like
May.
on top
Like,
of that as well, like the comps matter too with the power or
yes,
the team ups.
the team
Like,
ups. I
if you
love
pick
that.
That's
I
way more
love
important
that.
than people are putting.
Exactly. Yeah.
That I played Namor, and he's like twice as good, I think, with Luna Star in his team.
Bro,
Luna Snow,
Moon
whatever
Knight.
it is.
Moon Knight immediately stops becoming. Immediately stops becoming like a walking target and like actually can peel for himself if you just have Cloak and Dagger.
Black Panther and Magic fucking go crazy when they have their team up. Like
I-
Magic's even more
yeah.
annoying with their team up.
I did.
Hell
I
and
did.
Thor and all of them. Like that's also a great one too.
I did one that I didn't. I don't know if it's super good because the character isn't good, but Iron Man and Hulk.
The
shit-
gamma
shit
ability is good
is
as
good.
fuck.
It's
It's like
good.
probably the best one in the game IMO.
It's good.
It makes
don't know,
it make
bro.
it turns
The
Iron Man
best-
from a shit character into a good character.
The best one is Iron Man's not shit, bro.
I
Iron
think
Man
he's
is okay.
I think
Iron
he's
Man is
one of the
okay.
worst DPS.
He's okay.
He's situationally very good though.
Just
If
and
they
that's-
don't
and
have
that's
a
what I'm
hit, if
saying.
they don't have a hit scanner, you damn near busted as hell.
And that's what I'm saying. Iron Man is just like Farah, where on the right maps, it's the most broken, oppressive shit ever in the game, but most people don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, Iron Man
And-
is not sweet, bro.
Like-
Kinda
like-
nice sometimes.
Like, you know, but and so it's character diversity, I think, that matters more in these types of games. So I just hope that as they continue to put more characters in the game, like I'd be like, I know they're gonna add a DPS every other character, which is like whatever. That's what people want
Yep,
to play.
you're right.
But I think that's horrendous. Like for game health, like objectively, like there should be a tank for every situation, and there's not. You just have to sit there. And the tanks are unique. Doctor Strange is super unique. Super unique. But
Doctor Strange is the fucking clip farmer, bro.
Yeah.
You're a Twitch streamer, play Doctor Strange, you get
Play Doctor
a bunch of free
Strange.
clips.
Healers, I want to
think-
see a little bit more healer diversity too.
I think the best team up ability is Rocky Raccoon and the Gunners.
And
And
Oh,
guns
yeah.
and regular guys.
yeah.
That shit is nutty, bro.
Guys and guns.
Bro,
Like,
fucking Bucky with unlimited ammo is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think Shofa, we need to do the Iron Man thing because I'm telling you it's broken.
Okay.
It's fucking
I don't
broken.
play the Hogan. I'm never
The
doing
gamma
it.
one?
That's fine. The gamma radiation.
It's
is
so
broken.
strong, bro. It is so strong.
You literally basically two tap any duelist with your rockets. Like it's crazy. But
Doctor Strange is
super
used
fun.
more than double any other tank in the game in top 500.
I believe it.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Game's really fun though.
I need them to buff Storm.
I need
Storm
them
was,
to-
so, Storm was so good in the beta, and now she's just not really usable IMO.
There just needs to be a huge. I think there needs to be a huge balance pad. Just a huge
Yeah.
one. Like
Yeah.
Would you say
Yeah.
just because this all sounds interesting to me? Like just even you guys talking
Yeah.
about this sounds interesting
Yeah.
to me. Would you think this is something that if I have not really played Overwatch 2, right? If I've just kind of foregone it and I loved the original Overwatch, that I would actually enjoy my time with this game? Like, does it feel like classic original Overwatch?
I think you did. I think you'd enjoy your time with the game regardless. Like it's just a
Good.
fun game.
That's what I like to hear. Fantastic.
yeah, and it's very fun with friends. I kind of low key think the maps are boring. That might be a hot take. I think they need more
I
maps.
need a couple more of them bitches. Yeah.
Yeah,
How many maps are there, and what are your
It
favorites?
feels like there's like 5.
I think there is 5.
Okay, yeah, then there's 5.
What are they
No,
though?
I-
Like what locations?
There's the Hydra
Wakanda.
base.
Wakanda
Yeah, there's-
forever.
There's
Ibambe!
Wakanda. There's the
Ibambe!
Hydra
Ibambe!
base. There's
The power of
Yggdrasil.
the Black Panther will be stripped away.
This
Uh,
is
there's-
crazy. I'm
There's
trying-
Tokyo 2099 from Spider-Man. What else is there? Hold up.
Tokyo 29 from Spider-Man Wakanda, and then what else?
There's
Tokyo
the,
29. Hold on. Tokyo 29 from Spider-Man. Yggdrasil, Wakanda, the Hydra base, and
the Null Planet, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
oh
planet.
yes. The Venom planet.
I low key hot take think that the map design in this game is actually not good. Like
What
not just
about
like-
it don't you like?
It's a lot. It's very one dimensional in a lot of spaces. It's like the Overwatch maps, the reason why that game is addicting is because there's so much you can do on those maps, even on the base game. And even though there's not that destructible environment thing, which I actually low key kind of hate, in Rivals, the maps are not only interesting to look at because there's a lot of Easter eggs and there's a lot of things like that, but the layouts of the map are clearly defined to where I know where everything is. And this game is really confusing to figure out where is the best place to be at any given time because the map's changing, and that's not good. That's not like a good thing that you want in these kinds of games, because you want to be able to coordinate with your team, and the maps make it inherently difficult. Not interesting though.
I mean, I kind of feel the same.
BRB.
Fadel, you were going to say something earlier, and then it sounded like your mic cut out. What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was going to say, like, I'm like you. I used to be addicted to OG Overwatch,
Yeah.
Never Touch 2, and I'm loving Marvel Rivals. Like, it's just like, it's one of those games, especially like on a casual note, like me, like I'm just playing it for fun. You just swap between different characters. They all have different moves. You have like crazy specials. It's like, it's good. It's genuinely like, it brings, I've never enjoyed a hero shooter past Overwatch. And so this is the only time it's happened again.
Have you tried Valorant?
I hate Valorant. That's not really a hero shooter. That's more like
it's not.
It's not at all.
Okay, so I've never played Valorant. I assumed
that game's more like
shooter.
Counter Strike.
Yes.
I see. I see.
It's a mix of a hero shooter and an attack FPS, but it's mostly attack FPS.
I got it. Well, that excites me then. If you're saying that this is the first time you've enjoyed one, I probably will. And I like the Marvel characters, and it seems like the roster's kind of cool. I like the little like J-pop Ice Girl or something.
I think you'd like it if you play it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The art direction is really good. Like the art style of the characters, the specials you see, like at the end of a fight, the MVP animations, the costumes. I feel like for me, like I always like think costumes in games like this are more enticing to buy when you know the character.
For sure.
As opposed to like when it's like a costume for an OC or even Overwatch. Yeah, the costumes were cool, but like you were in first person. So there was way less of an incentive unless you're really deep in like you want to like emote and show it. Whereas like being that fit the whole game.
On top of that, half of the skins are from Marvel movies, so people will be like, I love that movie, I gotta buy this skin.
Yeah.
Like Wolverine players, the base skin is so ass that they're kind of forced to buy the Deadpool Wolverine skin.
Sure. Speaking of, are there any other characters that they've already announced are coming to it, or characters that you'd want to see that are?
There's
a couple of leaks.
There's been leaks.
Well, I mean, what are they?
Is
this like a spoiler type thing? Do people care?
I don't think
it's pretty spoiler, but
okay.
I mean, I could bring them up if people want to.
Or maybe just put them in the chat or something, because that would be interesting.
Well, it's pretty much been all over Twitter, so I don't think people really care. But I'll say it. Fuck it. I thought this character was gonna be in the game already because I knew about him before, but he wasn't. But Ultron's gonna be in the game. Human Torch and Invisible Girl are gonna be in the game. Invisible Girl is gonna be a healer.
It's all four.
Oh yeah, and the thing, yeah, that's right.
That makes sense. Well, because the Fantastic Four movies.
Fantastic Four, yeah.
Yeah, Blade's gonna be in the game.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure I saw Phoenix is gonna be in the game, and then there's one more that I'm forgetting about.
What in the world was that?
I have no idea.
Don't worry about that. That was me. Don't worry about it. It's my joint. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was very confused.
Yeah.
What is that? I ignored it when I was talking earlier, but now I can no longer ignore it. What is that?
Isn't that just Ty Weil from the Pokemon Cypher? Intro?
Yeah. Also, speaking of the Pokemon Cypher, this is a quick side note. Who was it? Geesh who made the line with Breloom? That was insane. Having the Breloom line with like the bullet seed after all that stuff with that United Healthcare CEO is actually insane.
It's not after.
What?
It happened before.
It was before. The year before.
No, I'm saying it was. Yeah, it was a year. That's right. It was a full year before. It was prophetic, though.
It was a year and a half before.
It was amazing. He knew something was happening.
Are we talking about like characters that we want in the game? Because I have a couple.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know what characters do you want to see. Yeah,
I really want Ghost Rider. And I think there's no world in which he's not a tank. there's that as a character who I think is very popular and I think a lot of people would really heavy fuck with.
Cool.
I don't want Luke Cage.
Why
yeah,
not?
I agree.
Because I don't think there's a way that they can make him interesting to play other than man is just invincible the whole time, and that's not fun. And then, as with obviously Doom, I think Doom is a character that a lot of people are expecting. I don't see a world in which Dr. Doom is not in this game.
I can't imagine they would not put Doom in. Sure.
I don't know if I want Deadpool. I haven't decided yet.
I don't want Deadpool.
But I definitely want Sentinel. I definitely want Sentinel.
Rule?
I want big robot whack.
That'd be fun. Isn't there
Uh,
like a Bastion equivalent in this currently?
It's Punisher.
It's Punisher.
Oh, Punisher.
Punisher is Bastion and Soldier 76 combined.
What?
yeah.
Weird.
He
okay.
makes a
It's not weird, bro. He has guns, bro. He got big guns, little guns,
He's
shotguns,
got army
ARs,
guns.
AKs,
What else?
machine guns, Tommy guns,
what
Thompson
else?
guns. He got everything, bro.
He's got the
Got all types of guns, bro. But you know what they need to put in this fucking game, bro?
Nightcrawler.
It's the Juggernaut, bitch, and I'm
It is
brought
the
a bitch with me.
Nightcrawler's crazy, I think, but also I do think, unfortunately, Magic steals a lot of Nightcrawler's.
I think they
gameplay.
could do something a bit more with Nightcrawler.
I think I need Gambit in this game.
Gambit would go
would be cool.
stupid.
I know.
Where's Cyclops at, bro?
I need Gambit. Cyclops is crazy too.
I want Sunspot.
You could just farm. He's a cool X-Men.
Yeah, it's
Who's
an
that?
X-Men.
Is he like a fire
You could just
character?
bro. You
You
could
said
just farm
Sunspot?
Sunspot.
Yeah.
Just go look him up. You
I'll
can
look
just
him up.
He's in
farm
X-Men
here.
97.
Yeah, you could just farm X-Men here, but like, I definitely want Gambit, and I want Gambit with Genji auto. You just literally give Gambit
this?
Genji's auto.
Okay, but you know who would be the best tank in the game? Fucking
The
Doc
Juggernaut.
Ock. Dr.
Oh,
Octopus.
Doc Ock
as
would be
a
sick,
tank?
actually. That would be
Dr.
cool.
Doom.
Doctor Doom is not a tank.
Is
Nah,
Emma
that's
Frost in
stupid.
it yet?
Doctor
Emma
Doom.
Frost, I think Emma Frost was the other one that's eventually going to be in.
Oh, great. Good. Cool. I'll play
Dr.
when
Doom
she
is
gets
not a
added.
tank unless he got foot dive.
What? Man,
I
that's
definitely
pretty
want.
much.
They
Someone
can
said
do whatever
Kingpin in
they
chat.
please, bro. I wouldn't
I
have
want-
expected Doctor Strange to be a tank.
I want Kingpin. Someone said in chat. I definitely want Kingpin, but I want into the Spider-Verse Kingpin where he got no neck.
He's just a square.
He's just a square.
He's a whole ass block.
I want Wong. My nigga
No, you
Wong.
don't, bro. No,
Yes,
you
I
don't.
do. Yes, I do. If Jeff's in the game, bro, they can put Wong in the game.
If Jeff's in the game, they can put Donald Duck looking ass, whatever.
You talking
yeah.
about
Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
yeah,
Howard the Duck?
Howard. They're gonna put Howard in.
Howard the Duck would be cool. I'd play as Howard. Is Thanos in there yet?
No.
Oh, that'd be like my number one. I feel like Thanos has to be in
Also,
there at some point.
I think if I had to bet money within the next year and this is, I'm not including characters that are spoiler.
Sure,
I'm talking
sure.
Doom,
Uh-huh.
Miles Morales,
Oh, yeah, that's probably going to happen.
100%.
Sure, sure.
I think you get
Wait, no, who
honestly-
said no? Why don't you think they're going to do Miles?
Nope. They're not gonna do Miles.
Why,
I don't
though?
see how they don't do Miles.
That's like a huge character, right? And they already have like
it's
Penny
just going
Parker.
to happen. Yeah, Penny's
I'm not in the
there,
next
they
year. I don't think in the
definitely
next
do
year. I don't think in the next year.
I think they're already. He's already basically done. That's how crazy. That's like I
they'll
think
probably
he's in
do
the game.
Miles and Spider Gwen pretty back to back.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And Spider Gwen is a healer. Calling it.
I'm calling
those-
Quicksilver.
Oh,
Cap.
Quicksilver would be cool. I would like that.
That'd be
Run
dope,
around the
yeah.
map and stuff. That'd be really cool, actually.
Kang.
Is there a
Ooh, that would
Junkrat
actually be
equivalent currently? Like a
Squirrel
Junkrat?
Girl.
like-
Squirrel
Squirrel
Girl.
Girl.
Oh, seriously? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I might be a Squirrel Girl main then.
She's super easy to play too.
Oh, fun. Is there like a Sombra? Like a hacker type
Psylocke.
character?
Not
Which
really.
one's
Oh,
Psylocke, kind of.
Dude, okay, so Psylocke and Squirrel Girl are literally the two
Wait,
characters.
who did you ask about?
Sombra.
Dude,
Sombra.
Sombra.
Oh, Sombra.
Psylocke.
You said,
Psylocke,
bro, you said samba. Like, we dancing?
Yeah.
No, Sombra. I meant Sombra. Yeah.
Samba de amigo.
No, I don't
When
think
is
so.
that game coming back? That's what I wanted. There's Samba de Amigo game. Would be
It did
awesome.
I
come
think if
out,
there,
bro. They
I
made
think
one
honestly,
last
if there
year.
is going to be like a
Oh, did they?
samba,
I forgot. I didn't play that. I said I wanted it, but I'm not actually going to play it. That's fine. I just want them to make a new game so it exists as a franchise.
Yeah, no one played it. They were like, yeah, it's cool, it's back.
Well, right on. Any other last minute Marvel Rivals talk before we get into the next topic?
Please do not nerf Hella.
Okay.
no, nerf that bitch. She does not need 1,000 health in the air.
Please, no.
What is that? And then you kill her when she's in the air. She doesn't even die. She just comes back down to the ground. What?
Yes, sir.
What the fuck is that? That makes no
Like, you're a
fucking
terrorist.
sense, bro.
You're a terrorist.
And another thing.
Uh-huh.
Why the fuck can you break Punisher's
Turret
turret
and
separate
not kill
from
him?
him? Right. What is that?
And you can block
another
with it too.
And another thing. Please let me mute Galacta from saying, "You gotta get to the point, man."
No,
hey,
what do you
hold
mean?
on,
That's
hop
in the
on.
game, bro.
I need her to shut up. They
No,
talk too much.
Some of these
fucking
motherfuckers
game.
need that shit, man.
Yeah.
Leave her alone, man.
Oh my god! Give me the option to turn it off.
No,
I don't even know if you have that in Overwatch.
No.
But yeah,
I'm probably saying
Fun
don't
game.
sell
If you haven't played,
voice
try it.
packs for that to have someone else do all the voice lines instead of Galacta for that stuff.
Is Galacta not playable?
No.
I just
No,
assumed
she's like,
from all the
she's like
artwork
the
she was-
lore character that's like.
I see. Like the
she's the-
narrator, like
Yeah, she's the narrator.
I got it. Get to the payload or whatever. All right. Well, moving on real quick. This is going to be a much smaller segment, I don't think, compared to what our big chunky segment's going to be, which is the Game Awards. But it was announced 2 days ago, the first expansion for Pokemon TCG Pocket. It is called Mythical Island, and basically it's a focus on Mew and Aerodactyl. It looks kind of similar to like a jungle fossil type set. A bunch of the cards were revealed. There's a couple interesting ones there. And apparently it drops next week. So we don't have to wait super long for this. It's not gonna, it's not gonna be coming out in January. It's dropping on Tuesday. Initial impressions, thoughts on this? I have actually since the last show.
You guys need. If
I
you
will
want
say,
to play
I
this
should
game,
start-
you need to be scared.
I
You
will
are
say
scared.
this right now.
I
Many
cannot
of
wait
you-
for the Mewtwo deck to have even more consistency.
I will say, since the last show, I need to issue an apology. So on the last show, I may have been too harsh with my thoughts on the gacha system.
Show the screenshot.
And not getting things. I will say, since the last show, which has only been, like 2 weeks, I have since pulled not only the one illustration that I needed. I already had Mewtwo and Pikachu. I already got my Charizard illustration. I also managed to pull the remaining Pokemon for the Kanto decks, and I got my special illustration Mew. And I still have yet to pay a dime in the game. So I will say,
say it
thank you
how it
very,
actually
very
is.
much. Thank you very much.
How have you not
for,
spent the dime, bro? I spent like $300 on this game.
Wait,
Why? Why have you spent money
How
on this
and
game,
why?
though?
Bro. So I wasn't here on the episode where y'all talked about this game.
Uh-huh.
This game got me fucked up, man.
But why are you spending money when you can literally get this stuff for free?
No,
Where
bro.
did you spend?
I spent over like $300 on this game, man.
Why though?
You're
Why
a
did you spend
lunatic.
$300 on this game?
I want to do it, bro. I want 10 pulls, bro. I like doing the 10 pulls.
The 10 pulls literally give you worse cards, though.
No, that's
they
not.
don't.
No, that's not true. I can tell you that's not true. As someone who's
It's
done a
just not
million
like
of them,
It's just not like a regular mobile game where you're guaranteed stuff at 10 pull. It's just 10 packs. There's like nothing special about doing a 10 pull or not.
but it's fine, bro. No, this game is like cracked to me, dude. I have like over 6,000 cards.
How?
They gave me
Thousand?
You
What?
spent $300 and I'll still beat your ass in a battle right now.
Oh hell no, it's not true.
What?
I actually think I could probably beat you in a
can't-
battle, even with your 6,000
Like,
cards.
I
My
will
Mewtwo deck is
smack your
pretty
shit.
perfect.
Fadel, you just
Listen,
admitted
man.
to not being good at any game. I asked you if
No,
you were
I
good at
don't.
any game, and you said no.
Listen, man, I'm level 42. I play.
Level
I-
42?
Yeah,
I
because
got
he-
Yeah,
I
because you
got
get
6,000
experience when you
cards.
pull cards.
Because I hold on, no. But I also played the game. I got the 45 wins for the top
Yeah, so did
medal
I.
when that event
Yeah,
was
so
going
did I,
on.
but I didn't pay any money to do it.
Okay, but that's because
And
you
I
have
got-
all the cool
and
cards
got
I
my-
do.
But I
You
got
don't
all the
have
cool
cooler
cards.
cards
I
than
got
me?
my exact
No,
Mewtwo card.
I'm
No,
pretty
definitely.
sure
I agree.
I have cool
I
cards.
agree. I don't have cooler cards than you if you
Yeah,
have every single
exactly.
card in the game and you
Okay,
spent
then-
$6,000.
This is
Then
crazy.
that's it. Then
crazy.
you can't.
but
you can't
it's-
win.
Okay, but it's Pokemon though, bro. Like I could understand a little bit, and like
Uh-huh.
this was physical Yu-Gi-Oh. Because
Bro,
physical Yu-Gi-Oh,
I
they
don't
print.
know, bro.
But hold, let me
It's
finish.
over.
Just let me finish, bro. Physical Yu-Gi-Oh, they print cards in US and higher rarity only. So a card comes out and
Yeah.
costs $300 because that's the only way you're gonna get it if you get a high rarity card. It's
Yeah.
Pokemon. They make multiple rarities of every card. You don't even need to
Bro.
spend that much.
It's over, man. It's too
All
late.
that money, and I'll still smack you though.
No,
$300.
that's
Still
not
smack-
That's
true.
300 Canadian
I'll
dollars
still
that you spend in the
smack
game.
you.
Canadian dollars,
Yeah,
300
true. That's
Canadian
Canadian
dollars.
Yes, sir.
That's like $1
bro.
million, dude.
No, it's not. It's like $10 US. A
Look, I
million.
put it here. I have
6,000 cards.
Those are
is
the only
crazy.
cards I'm missing.
That's amazing to me, though, that you spent all that money and you still have all these cards missing. That's like
only-
shocking.
Wait, hold on. No. Hold
That's
up.
8
Hold
cards.
up. Hold up.
I have
hold
8
up. Wait,
cards missing.
Stop. How are you missing cards when you spent that much money and you have
Bro.
the card points?
6,000.
Bro, I
No,
only have
that-
8 cards
that
missing.
means he's
Some
talking
of them
about you're
never
missing.
spawn. Some of them never spawn, bro. How do you want me to
No,
tell
but
you?
you can literally, with the
Yes.
cards you're missing, you can, with
Yes,
the pack
and
points
I
that you have, you can
yes,
buy them.
and I have the Moltres. I was trying to pull a billion times. I couldn't do it. I eventually had to use the card
Sounds like a
points
skill
to get
issue,
it.
to be honest.
But how are
Because
you
it
still
is.
missing cards?
Because
though?
he's
That's what
going.
We don't even have the blade.
okay,
I have
he's
the blade.
missing
Reagan
the-
has the blade. We have the
He's
blade.
missing the super high rarity full art versions. For card points, those things cost a bunch.
Yeah,
even
they're a lot.
even
Yeah, they're
if
too
he
much.
has
If
6,000,
you're opening
it's
that
not
many
possible.
packs, you should have.
Bro, I'm only missing 8. I can live with this.
How are you missing?
trying to
Bro,
be
I'm
like,
missing
this
6
is
and I haven't
insane.
put any money in
Bro,
the
the game
game.
doesn't have a pity system. What do you want from me? It just gives me
It does have a
cards.
pity system.
Oh, then it still hasn't forgiven me because I've tried to get this Articuno.
Because you're not worth
it. Won't
it.
give me Articuno, man.
How are you missing 8 cards?
Bro,
And I'm
don't
missing
ask
6.
me. Why are
No.
bro?
Okay, but are you missing 6 high rarity cards or 6 cards? Period. Like
No,
card-
6. These are
No,
period.
I'm not.
These
I'm
are-
not
these
asking you,
are
Fidel. I know with you, you're only missing high rarity cards.
I'm looking at your
Coach,
screenshots
Are
right
you
now.
just
of course.
missing 6 of the regular set? He has all those. He's talking about the high rarity cards. He's missing 6 of those.
I'm not about
Okay.
when you press the search button, you scroll all the way down. There's 2
Okay, you're
boxes
talking.
you
You're
can
talking
check.
about every single rarity, and not
Yeah,
just.
yeah.
This is, I mean, this is, I've never ever seen an account. 6,327 cards. You're sick. You're actually sick.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's just
Nah,
sickness.
it was
They are
bad.
rinsing you.
Hey, Fidel,
That is
Fidel,
Were you
bro.
doing like polls on a live stream or something?
Dude,
or-
no, let me tell you, bro. I would be.
You're not
I would
even
be-
streaming
this
this
wasn't
for
even
content.
I know.
This
No,
isn't
I would
even
be
for
on-
content.
I would be on copy. I'd be like,
Rich-
fucking
rich
do a
man.
tenfold, bro. Just do a tenfold. Fucking somebody right now do a
Fucking got
tenfold,
you,
bro.
bro.
They did. They
Hey,
did.
Fidel,
It's
Fidel, bro,
insane.
come over here for a second, bro. Just come. Hey,
yeah.
Don't let them talk to you, bro.
Yeah.
Just come here for a second, all right?
Yeah.
All right. It's just you and me. It's just you and me right now, okay?
Yeah.
Bro, you good?
No, I'm
Because
fantastic.
you don't
bro.
seem
It's
good
great.
right now, bro.
Bro,
No.
do a
It's just
tempo right now,
fuck all that.
please.
They can't hear us, bro. It's just you and me.
I
You
know, bro.
good?
That's why I want you to do a
Do you
tempo.
owe
Show me
people
what you
money?
get.
Do
No,
you need
do a
help?
tempo.
Do you need me to take you to a
Like,
meeting? Just
I
like, what's
just wanna
good,
see
bro?
you
Like,
do a tempo,
no.
bro.
Because clearly you're not good right now, bro.
Dude, bro, I'm amazing.
Because clearly you need a doctor, you need a physician,
bro.
you need a professional to help you at this moment in time.
No, I don't need help, man.
So
I'm
no,
healed.
okay. You know what, bro? You gotta help you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta help you. I can't help you. You gotta help you.
No, dude, I
No,
got.
I'm
this.
taking you to a meeting right the fuck
got
now. Okay.
this.
It's insane.
Get in
Opened
the car.
I've not seen a single
in the
person
car.
with this. You have opened 1,300 packs, and you've got the platinum trophy. This is unbelievable to me. I didn't even know people like you existed that I know in real
Oh,
life.
I knew people
I
existed.
knew
I just didn't know
whales
it'd be
existed.
like-
yeah, I didn't know an
it'd be one of
actual
us.
person that was a whale like this. This is insane, man. This is no wonder you have to stream all the time. Every time you're out of town, you're like, bro, I got to stream somewhere. I got to stream. You need the money so you can spend it on
I'm
this game. This is
saying, bro.
insane.
That's
You
how I'm
know,
always
you know what else
alive.
is? You know what else is insane?
Hold up.
Damn it.
I mean, I was gonna say, you know what else is insane? The fucking Aerodactyl card in the new set.
Oh,
That's
not what I
true.
was
So that
gonna say.
Aerodactyl, well, the Aerodactyl's not even the most insane of the cards. So some of these cards have been revealed for Mythical Island. The Aerodactyl, its ability is it stops the opponent's active Pokemon from evolving. But I feel like most of the really good cards right now are not necessarily evolution cards. It's like Mewtwo's and Pikachu's. So I feel like that's not really
there's-
super
there's-
helpful against them.
I mean,
There's good
that's only
evolution
2
cards, but a
decks,
lot,
yeah.
a lot of the
Charizard,
time,
Champ.
a lot of the time, those mons ideally are not going to be in the active spot. Like in the
Yeah.
Charizard Moltres
Right.
deck, for instance, you can
Right.
have Moltres in the active spot, and you're feeding your Charmander line energy for when it evolves into Charizard in the back, and then comes forward to kill everything.
Yeah,
And
that
what I'm
ability,
looking
the
at-
ability reads good, but in actuality, like if you're actually doing something with that ability, you're probably winning anyway.
I feel like the one that's going to be good in a lot of people's decks because it's colorless and it's the equivalent of like the Miltank card that we had in the actual TCG is this Tauros.
Yeah.
So this
Tauros.
Tauros, 3 energy. If your opponent's active Pokemon's an EX, this attack does 80 more damage.
80
So
more.
3 energy, any deck whatsoever.
Oh, finally,
Basic. So only one prize card literally does 120 damage to EXs. That Tauros
crazy.
is going to be good.
One shots Pikachu EX.
Very, very good. One shot in it. There's also a bunch of supporter cards. There's going to be supporter cards for Blue, for Leaf.
Leafs looks really good.
Yeah, Leafs is good. During this turn, the retreat cost of your active Pokemon is now 2 less. So it's essentially a double
Ooh,
X speed.
That's
very
nice.
good. Very, very nice. Some of these arts are very nice. The full arts, there's like a Marshadow.
Dude,
2
I love
energy.
the Marshadow one.
Marshadow's great.
It's
If
not
any
that
of
good
your
of a card,
Pokemon,
but I love the art.
I actually think it's pretty decent. It says if any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, it does an additional 60 damage. So with two energy, only one of it needs to be fighting. You're firing off 100 damage with like a basic Pokemon. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's a good like to secure a kill on their Pokemon if they take yours out.
Yeah, and then you get Sabrina.
And then there's the Vaporeon, which is going to be good in those Misty decks, which is its ability is as often as you like during your turn, you can move a water energy as often as you like. Again, I want to clarify this. As often as you like during your turn, you may move a water energy from one of your benched Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. I mean, to your active Pokemon, excuse me. Yeah. So like you could basically just add as many water energies as you want, and it's an ability. So the Vaporeon could just chill on the bench.
Sit in the bench, and you just move it around.
Man, oh man, oh man. So Vaporeon's
I mean that's
good.
kind of just blue in any Pokemon deck.
Yep.
Like, that's all it does.
Yep. Well, blue, speaking of blue, the supporter card for blue is during your opponent's next turn, all of your Pokemon take 10 less damage.
Pretty good.
So it's like a reverse Giovanni, kind of interesting.
I think that character sucks.
What was the other one? Mew EX. So this is the other big EX alongside the Aerodactyl. Mew EX, size shot for 20, but basically like a nerfed version of the illustration card, which allows you to search your opponent's hand. It just does a basic 20 for 1. And then for 3, genome hacking, choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. That is going to be pretty good, I think.
Yeah, that's to be
At
very.
first, when I looked at that, I was like, man, this card isn't good. But yeah, then I realized you can put this card in literally any deck.
Any deck, right,
colorless.
exactly, because it's 3 colorless.
Any
right.
deck, and then in the Psychic deck, it's just
Yeah,
fitting it with Gardevoir, where it's going to be insane.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so
You know
there's
what
some
else
cool
You know what
cards.
else is insane, Rogers Base?
What's insane? Let's hear it.
These announcements at the fucking Game Awards 2024.
Let's get right into it.
God.
I mean, this was, I think overall, let's just say this at the very beginning before because this is going to be a very big segment. This is going to be the big, chunky segment of this week's episode. Overall, this is probably the best Game Awards of all time. I think in terms of announcements, pacing, this is the best one they've ever done. Are we in agreement?
Yeah, 100%.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. So, quick thing to note that the most decorated games at this year's Game Awards, Astrobot took 4 wins, including Game of the Year. Metaphor Refantazio took 3 wins, as well as Balatro, which also took 3 wins. Black Myth Wukong took 2, Helldivers took 2, and Hellblade 2 took 2, which is, I think, a bit of a surprise. I was not expecting Hellblade to win what it
That's
won.
for the uncultured people.
Hellblade?
Hold on, let me freeze. That's like people not understanding why that game won is uncultured people. That game deserves those awards.
I get why it won, but I mean, I was just surprised. I think a lot of us.
I don't get why it won because I did not play it.
Final Fantasy, and she ended up losing. But I feel like Hellblade, the whole game is performance, so I kind of understand why it won that one. What was its other win? It said that
it was
it
the
won
voice
2
actress.
wins. I said that one. Yeah. What was the other one? Audio design. Audio design. That's right. So, real quick, full list of winners. Game of the Year, of course, Astrobot. Overall, I think safe pick. I think pretty much everybody's happy with that one. I think goes back to what we said on the show. I think it was like 2 shows ago, right? That potentially the votes split with the RPG votes, with Rebirth and with Metaphor. Yeah, cool. No problems there. Game direction also went to Astrobot, actually, too. So once again, carrying that thing on where the game that wins best game direction a lot of the time wins game of the year. Best narrative went to Metaphor. Best art direction went to Metaphor. Best score and music, no surprise here, goes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I would have been very upset.
Yeah,
not
the
I feel like
size of that soundtrack, that was
insane.
going to be insane if they
The
did
size
that.
and the quality overall, I feel like, and it does a lot of different genres, so very, very well deserved to Final
And then
Fantasy VII Rebirth.
speaking of the fucking soundtrack, the presentation or the orchestra they did as well.
Oh,
that was
fantastic.
So well done.
Always fantastic, though. I feel like everyone, that's the one constant with the Game Awards. Every year, the Game Awards Orchestra is very good. But even like the Game Awards Orchestra version of Balatro, I thought was excellent.
Yeah.
The only thing I was a little surprised about, considering they had like the I am Astrobot during the Astrobot portion, I really thought we were going to get the for the opening Metaphor. I was a little shocking that wasn't there. Flute Guy, though, held it down. Flute Guy, always exciting to watch. Playing all his different instruments. Shout out to Flute Guy. We also got, as you
pivoting back on the best art direction, I was actually
yes
kind of surprised Metaphor won. And the reason being is because part of what makes this category is the technical achievement side of things. And like, this game is not an impressive technical achievement. A lot of what it does visually is like, obviously its UI is fantastic. It's got a great style to it.
Sure.
But I feel like it's one of those games where looking at it, I felt my immersion was broken at points because it looked rough. And like sometimes a game can look, you know, you can go for a relatively low tech approach. It doesn't have to be an amazing technical achievement, but it can still look really clean.
Sure.
But Metaphor for me was not one of those games. And I'm saying this as someone who loves the game.
Yeah, of course. There was what you said was your game of the year, right? Not to spoil a future episode, but I think you said that it was your favorite game so far this year. So yeah, all right, cool. Metaphor. That is also an interesting take, I feel like, too, because looking at this, I almost thought it was going to be Elden Ring. Because Elden Ring, obviously there was the whole big debate about Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, and people were saying, oh, I can't believe it's nominated for Game of the Year. It didn't win anything.
Yeah.
It didn't win a single thing.
Spider-Man 2 treatment.
Yeah. And I thought if any category it was going to win, it would have been this one. With the design of some of the bosses and, you know, Mesmer and the look of the Erd Tree environment. So a little bit of a surprise there. Best audio design, best performance were both the Hellblade ones. Innovation and accessibility went to Prince of Persia. Cool to see Prince of Persia win something. Games for Impact went to Neva. Best ongoing game was Helldivers 2. Best community. Okay, this was an interesting one. Best community support went to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
We had that conversation because I said it could have. I thought it was going to be Helldivers, and then he convinced me it was going to be Baldur's Gate.
Like I said, bro, I fully expected either Fortnite or Baldur's Gate to win that one.
Yep. Best VR we totally called was Batman. Best mobile game, best debut indie game, and best independent game were all Balatro.
Correct.
And I will also say, I have officially been convinced. We talked about it on the last show. I watched the show now. Literally, the Game Awards ended. I went on my Switch and I downloaded Balatro on the eShop. So I am officially, by the next show, going to have played Balatro.
You're going to be You're going to be addicted to Balatro.
That's exciting though, because I do like card games. I feel like I enjoyed what little that I played of what's Hearthstone. I liked Hearthstone for what little I played.
Yeah, but the thing is about Balatro, the thing I think not to like glaze, but like the thing about Balatro is like it does what all really high quality roguelikes do. Slay the Spire, or deck builder roguelike specifically. No, I'm talking about deck building roguelike specifically.
Oh,
Inscription,
yes.
Slay the Spire, or like and to me the standard of deck building roguelikes with and I think those two specifically. You can name a couple, but I think Inscription and Slay the Spire specifically, which did get a sequel. Let's go. But like it makes you are playing a roguelike that happens to be poker. You are not playing poker that's trying to turn into a roguelike, which is very different because it's like you are playing the roguelike and then while you're playing the roguelike, you're learning how to play poker.
What's cool about it, in my opinion, is like foundationally it's poker, but you can play it in so many different
Correct.
ways with its engine and like it's just gameplay loop. I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm excited to play. I mean, one of my favorite games this year was also a roguelike. It's a game called Peglin. I think we talked about it briefly on the show before, but it's like a roguelike pachinko game where you play as this little elf dude and you get like different balls and you use the different balls with different abilities. And it's really genuinely a lot of fun.
With balls?
And it came out last year.
You're great
It
with
came
the
out,
balls.
Right, I'm great with the balls. It came out last year on mobile, and then they released it in like an Indie World Direct, and I had a really good time with it. So I feel like because I sort of been looking for that roguelike fix, I actually do think Balatro is going to get me addicted. while I'm traveling.
Balatro is fantastic, and
Great.
Even though it came out on PC first, the game is better on mobile. It is built.
I can imagine. Yeah,
it is better on mobile.
Playing it on the go, and yeah. Best action game: Black Myth Wukong. Best action adventure: Astrobot. Best RPG: Metaphor. Once again, best fighting game. Thank goodness it was not Multiverses. It was Tekken 8.
I wanted it to be Multiverses so bad.
I thought Dragon Ball would take this, so I'm very glad.
I also
like,
I actually
Tekken
thought it was going
got
to be Dragon Ball. Yeah.
You guys really thought Dragon Ball was
I
going
thought
to take it over?
Dragon Ball
I
got
thought because of
motion,
popularity.
bro.
I thought because of popularity, Dragon Ball would take it.
Oh, but I've even
reasons
in
why.
terms of popularity, I feel like it's a 90-10 split. Like the fan vote only counts for 10%.
No,
of each of
I
these
I
votes,
know,
90.
but like for some things, it really does feel like sometimes they should pick the more popular game. That's what I'm saying. Like Tekken definitely should win, but
Oh yeah,
it feels like they were going to pick like Dragon Ball or Multiverses.
They might have not been paid off this time. Hold on.
the one I was
That's
really
cap.
surprised
What
about
do
the
you mean they had
next
a
one.
Tekken 8
honestly.
trailer and then in the
Wait,
they won?
wait, save it. We're gonna get to reveals in a second. Don't get ahead of yourselves. We got other things to
I'm
talk
going
about.
for the awards.
Yeah,
That's
what
I'm
I'm
gonna
talking
say some
about.
Warner Bros. Shit, but yeah.
we got best sim and strategy game. Unicorn Overlord actually lost. It went to Frostpunk 2.
That's not surprising, honestly.
Have you played it?
Well, just from the consensus
niche,
of
probably.
like sim game players, it's like people just did not have that same opinion.
That
People
makes me sad,
consider it
but
more of
Unicorn
an
was so good.
RPG.
Unicorn
Well,
Overlord?
I feel like people consider it more of a RPG, like a JRPG.
It is definitely
now.
no. It's more of a strategy game for sure.
Okay.
I feel like it feels like Fire Emblem. I mean, it is like obviously it plays very different. You're not on a grid, but a lot of the character interactions and like the romance aspect of it and the side quests, it feels very, very Fire Emblem. I mean, it was like my Fire Emblem game this year, essentially. Yeah. But cool for Frostpunk. Best family game. This again, really big one. For the first time, I think actually not a Nintendo game. This was Astrobot winning for best family game. Cool. Best sports and racing was EA Sports FC 25. So it was not WWE, even though we mentioned that WWE. Why are you saying, yeah, have you played this?
No, I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. Best multiplayer game was Helldivers. Best adaptation. This was the one that really surprised me. Best adaptation was not Arcane. It was Fallout instead.
No.
This didn't surprise me, and I fought and I remember I gloated in front of everybody when the reason I cheered when it won is because everybody in these group calls when we were doing these debates yelled at me, said it's gonna be Arcade. You're crazy. You're
for
wrong."
sure.
Yeah, and I told them no, because one, Arcane wasn't even done by the time this thing happened. Second of all, actually, no, you were actually Roger. You were in the call when everyone was against me. I was saying that like,
I said it was
Fallout-
going to be Arcane. Yeah.
I said it was going to be Fallout because the difference is like Arcane to me was the Elden Ring, where it was like we're nominating it because it's like amazing, but Fallout for 2024 was like the standout game adaptation. Like that was the thing everyone was talking about. Like that was the new standout thing.
I just think Arcane wasn't as good as Fallout.
I think that's totally fair. I mean, it could very well be true. Yeah,
but I
feel like
also think
the
it's that
judges
theme.
definitely did have the final Arcane episodes. That's like for whenever they do screeners for stuff like this, they usually will give the preview.
Because they had
episodes
seen
for
the first
voting
6,
board.
no?
They had seen
No, the nominations came out the
public had seen
day
the first
of.
6.
The nominations came out the day of the last 3 episodes being released to the public. So
But
they've definitely
but the judges
the voting
had all
panel
the-
definitely
yeah.
saw the 3 last episodes.
Yeah.
But I still think that it was like Arcane was the Elden Ring, where like they renommed it because it was amazing to just like obviously to have it there, but it was gonna be Fallout.
And in my eyes, I just think Fallout was more impactful on me than Arcane. Like Arcane's ending kind of left a sour taste on my palate, and
That's fair.
And like Fallout's ending was like, damn, I need to see more immediately. I need
Does it
season
set up?
2 right
Does it
now.
set up a season 2?
Yes,
because like
100%.
Arcane's done. Yeah, is the difference? Okay, so it does.
Literally, if you listen to the speech that the Fallout winner gave, he literally teased even more about the second season.
All right, well there you go. Best esports athlete was Faker. Best esports game was League of Legends. Content creator of the year was Casio, who was the burger tier list guy. Shout out to him, being one of the 2 that I recognized before, so that's cool. And most anticipated game, no surprise, Grand Theft Auto 6. So there you go. And then finally, player's voice went to Black Myth Wukong.
Get fucked, every mobile gacha player.
That was that entire player's voice thing was honestly very shocking to me. Like I wasn't surprised with Genshin and Wuthering Waves and Zedless getting on there because of the way that these games, like these gacha games, push people to vote for it, so that you get the extra primo gems.
They got to figure out a way, man.
But like Sonic, I feel like the Sonic community was pushing for Sonic Shadow.
It's just not bigger than these things. Like,
man,
like Zenless, Black Myth Wukong, and Genshin all have China. There's a very big China vote, and the Sonic fan base is not going to beat that. It's just not.
I'm saying this is a loyal person
China
though.
For the gachas, like they just want, they know they're gonna get free stuff. You know,
as a Hoyo person, I will say I'm happy Genshin lost because Honkai's not here, and I would have rather had free stuff in Honkai. I would have rather had Stellar Jades.
That these categories just shouldn't have gacha games in them.
I also think that's fair. Yeah, exactly. There shouldn't be like incentive and buying out people's votes for this. Yeah, I agree. Well, with that being said, we've gone through all the different awards. Now let's talk about all the big announcements that they made during this. And there were a lot of them. We're going to go in order because obviously there were a ton of these. Even the pre-show had some good announcements. So during the pre-show, we had a new Ninja Gaiden game, which is kind of neat that got announced.
It's gorgeous.
Very, very pretty.
Yeah, it's Dotemu. The second, because the first thing that showed up was Dotemu. And I knew right away, I was like, this game's going to look gorgeous because they did the TMNT game that looks amazing. They do like a lot of sprite-based games that look insane.
They did the other Double Dragon game as well.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
Neon?
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
We also got the announcement of Slay the Spire 2, which I know Tito was very excited about. I heard him earlier talking about Slay the Spire.
Sir. Yes, Slay the Spire 2. I popped off like crazy. I'm really a roguelike guy. So that shit is OG.
Was that game known or was this a reveal?
No,
like, was this...
no. I don't know.
It's been known. This was just the gameplay trailer.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha,
I thought people knew that it existed and people were they were making it. But I think this is the first time we've seen it, and it's gorgeous.
Gouges.
We also
I don't know why I became Arnold there.
We also got this. I thought was actually a pretty interesting announcement. This is called Shadow Labyrinth, and it is a Pac-Man Metroidvania.
That shit was weird. That shit was random as the fuck.
It's cool though. It looks kind of.
It is cool though. It looks great.
Me, McDareth, and Vera were in call, and we were watching that shit, and we were just all perplexed by it. They were like trying to figure out what it was, and then I immediately saw the yellow thing, and I'm like, "Is this Pac-Man?" And it opened its fucking mouth. Oh, but I think it's inspired by the secret level stuff. That's why.
It is definitely.
Funny enough is they actually said that the secret level thing is based on this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's based on the game.
It's the opposite. Yeah, it's the game was made first, and they based the secret level off it.
Interesting.
But the game still looks so ass to me. It looks so flash animation. Like it looked like if they were doing a promo for a McDonald's thing and they made like a website game for it.
McDonald's thing.
It's
I don't know.
No, right? It looked really bad, man.
I have to go back and rewatch it because I feel like it looked pretty good from what I remember.
I don't know, man. I play these things all the time. Look at it again. It like looks very like flash animation.
One thing I actually think looks kind of fun was that soccer game from the Sifu guys. Do you know the name of that game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shit looks crazy. Actually,
that actually looks kind of fun.
I think it's bold to make a soccer game nowadays.
Yeah, it's called a rematch, but people online are calling it FIFU. Which is funny.
That's funny.
They should have just gone with that name. That's actually a really good name.
Yeah.
And you know immediately what it is. Yeah, I like the weird
I called
environments.
it Rocket League without the cars.
There you go. Yeah. I feel like this could potentially be huge. I feel like, there's obviously worldwide soccer is extremely popular. FIFA is extremely popular.
Are we just naming games that we saw that we liked, or are you going through them?
Well, these are the pre-show ones. These are just the pre-show ones. Yeah. So then we're going to go in order of the actual show. So in order of the actual show, the first big reveal was The Witcher 4. So we get the first
that shit was
trailer
nutty,
for The Witcher 4. It looks
That
pretty
shit
good.
was crazy.
I think they should have saved that for the final game.
I agree.
I also agree. Yes.
I think it's the strongest final game out of all of the games that they showed.
What about that?
I also feel it.
We can get there when we get there.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, we're definitely going to get there when we get there. But I also agree that would have been a much stronger game. But it was funny because, like, if you go watch our reaction, we were saying during this portion with Witcher, it's like, man, I'd hate to be the game that follows Witcher. And then they announce, well, here you go, new Elden Ring, new standalone PvE Elden Ring game coming out next year.
Yeah,
co-op
three-person
PvE,
co-op.
that's right. Right. Coming out next year, also on PS4, which is insane. That game is also going to be a PS4 game. Elden Ring Night Rain. And apparently it's a multiplayer game that takes place adjacent to the original game's timeline. Players can team up and take on challenging bosses and challenges with a look that's familiar to that of the previous Elden Ring projects. Looks awesome to me. I am super down for this. I loved Shadow of the Erdtree. I'm down to do some like multiplayer co-op fun stuff with you guys. Elden Ring Night Rain. Very, very cool. We got, this next one. That's right. I forgot even about this one. This is the next game from Team Ico. So Ueda's next project. This is the creator of Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, Last Guardian, Project Robot. We got the reveal of that, looking very, very cool.
The one thing I definitely was excited to see that, and I wanted to see more. But like, we'll probably touch on it again later on as you list through these more.
Sure.
But these trailers, like barely giving us anything, and then on top of it, with no gameplay, is so frustrating, man.
Well, that trailer in particular, the Project Robot game, that Team Ico game, that I think was gameplay. Him like climbing up the Colossus and stuff is very much.
Yeah, but it was it's so. I get it displays that they're working on something, and you can get somewhat of a feel of what it's going to be, but it's still like you don't necessarily know all too much about that compared to other trailers that were shown.
And there was a lot of that, to be fair. I mean, there's been a lot of that for years now, I think, at this point. But yeah, I think that's completely.
Like, you can only get so excited off of a trailer like that.
I feel like the Elden Ring one did show a lot, though. That was one of the few that was full like gameplay. Showed a lot of bosses.
It was comparable to like what I'm talking about.
No. I know what you're talking about, though. Also, the new Team Ico game is published by Epic as well. And it's going to be a while before we get an actual name for that one. We got the new co-op game from the It Takes Two team. It's called Split Fiction.
Looks great.
Looks pretty fun, actually. Yeah, it looks fun. It says basically it's focusing on two different authors, one that specializes in fantasy and one that's on sci-fi, respectively. But there was also like a lot of goofy stuff in there. There were like pigs getting turned into hot dogs and stuff.
I mean, like it's they found their niche at Hazelight. Like they understand with a way out how well it did, and then It Takes Two, fucking 20 million sales.
Yep.
Everyone was playing that. Like it's gonna be the same thing. Like this is probably gonna expand a lot more on It Takes Two, and it's gonna do even better. So and they're doing the same thing where you only need one copy to play multiplayer,
which is great.
Yeah,
to encourage more people to play together. We also got the first official reveal for Borderlands 4. So this got shown off. Set to launch in 2025. They didn't give a date for it. I was actually wondering with the beginning of that trailer where it looked kind of CG. I was like, why did they get rid of the cell shading? I feel like the cell shading of Borderlands is kind of what makes that game special, and it looked like they really toned it down.
I don't think they'll ever actually fully get rid of it.
Yeah, but once you see the gameplay, I thought the gameplay looked pretty nice.
It's Borderlands. So
I don't play Borderlands.
Borderlands.
Looks
I have
fine.
a strong opinion on Borderlands.
Let's hear it. Let's hear your strong opinion.
Well, first off, fuck Randy Pitchford.
True.
I think Borderlands has definitely lost it's like what's the word I'm
Prestige?
looking for? Not
It's
prestige. Well,
prestige.
it has lost.
I was like, the
prestige.
movie completely bombed.
But like
so-
it's theme, like like it's identity. Like I feel like since it's the Borderlands 1, it's just not the same anymore. Like if you look at the 4 original characters you can play in Borderlands 1 compared to 4, there's no identity to 4 characters you can play in that at least they showed off in Borderlands 4.
Well,
and like
also-
the look of it is just not the same. Like
Also,
I
I
don't
think
know,
like with the original Borderlands, like they were those games are like the original loot shooters, right? Like those were the OG games where, like you would like beat a boss, weapons would pull up, and then you'd be like, oh, I want the golden purple one. Now that like almost a billion games have come out with that nature, like here's the purple armor, the gold armor, the blue armor.
I mean,
right? Like it's a much less.
So real fast though, because
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you for a looter shooter, right? But do you know where that came from though?
No, I mean it was Borderlands, right?
No, it wasn't. It was Diablo.
It was Diablo.
But it was for a shooter, like for a shooter.
That's what I'm saying.
Because Diablo
it was because it became the term looter shooter.
Just checking.
No,
with
I
that.
get that.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
But,
no, for sure. It was like looter shooter was like the coin
it was
by
definitely
it, and now
Borderlands,
everyone's done it.
I don't know if any of you have played it, but I do like. I think the closest Borderlands ever got to Borderlands 1 was actually Tina's.
I played a little bit of Tiny Tina's.
Tiny Tina's
Wonderland. Yeah,
like that was early last year.
Yeah,
wasn't
which is the D&D one basically.
Yeah. Right.
And that game is the closest you can get to the original Borderlands, and that game arguably is better than most of the Borderlands games. That game's really good.
Dang.
Like I also think it's just like Borderlands needs to be played in multiplayer.
It's sure. I feel like it's definitely much better with the group, but I feel like you can play it alone and still get something out of it. But playing with friends adds a lot to Borderlands.
But yeah, I'm not excited at all for Borderlands 4. The movie turned people off. Randy Pitchford shit. Man.
One thing that you can play with friends, and you should be excited about, is the fact that they are adding Clive Rossfield from Final Fantasy 16 to Tekken 8 as the final character of the first DLC pack. And actually, he's going to drop on December 19th, which is kind of crazy,
16th,
too.
if you have the season pass.
16th if you have the pre-order, so there you go. Okay, wow. Yeah, I mean, I thought this was very cool.
I just remembered this. So Harada lied twice on this patch. He said Heihachi Mishima is dead. He's not coming back.
Right.
And he said we're not doing guest characters in this pass.
Right. I'm telling you, I'll tell you right now.
Sakurai.
He is definitely, Harada is definitely worse than Sakurai. I also will say this right now, he's also lying about a lot of other stuff too, because Tifa is most definitely going to be in the second pack. Guaranteed.
Harada is on some LeBron James lying.
Like when are people going to realize that Harada's just a fucking liar, man? He just people are like, yo, Harada's cool. Harada's a heel, man. Harada loves lying
and especially considering the next announcement. I think we kind of already can guess a second guest character for the next Tekken pack. I think it's going to be someone from Virtua Fighter, because he said, why would we put a Virtua Fighter character? Virtua Fighter doesn't have anything. They got to make a new game first. And lo and behold, Virtua Fighter making a comeback. So we're getting it by the Yakuza team, which is pretty sick. New Virtua Fighter in development with more details to come. They announced a Virtua Fighter Direct, and during the Direct today, they announced that Virtua Fighter 5 Revo is going to be launching in early next year, which is essentially like a complete redo of Virtua Fighter 5.
Yeah, they announced that before.
they announced
that before.
But they showcased a lot of it.
Yeah.
As one of the multiple fighting game heads that are on this show, I would like to say one thing and one thing only. I can't wait for people to realize that niggas don't really fuck with Virtua Fighter like that.
I'm saying, man, no,
like
outside of Japan.
Yeah, like Virtua Fighter is not a game for. If you're listening to the show, it's probably not for you. That's not a game that you will probably like.
Virtua Fighter though.
No.
Why don't you like Virtua Fighter?
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that Virtua Fighter is a game that, for the wide audience, it is a niche game.
Yes, it is. Yes,
it is a game that most people do not like to play. Like, now it is the most Japanese fighting game ever, because the way the game plays, the aesthetic, everything like that really caters to the Japanese FGC specifically, because what it doesn't do Like it's that quote of Sakurai being like, I don't know why everyone's talking about Smash competitively. If you want to play a real competitive game, go play Virtua Fighter. Like he said that. Like so it's like,
I mean, I don't think we're getting simple control mode in this. I mean, it's the one big thing, right?
It is the most Virtua Fighter is the most fighting game of all fighting games. It is hey, it is footsies, it is fundamentals, it is spacing, it is frame data, and a lot of y'all don't like that. Like a lot of y'all not built for that. A lot of y'all want to see Marvel foot stomp and hidden missile and fucking unblockable blockables. That's what it is. So, but the game looks gorgeous.
Yeah,
it looks kind of crazy. If I had a quarter for every Final Fantasy character that Kazuya Mishima has fought, I'd have exactly $1.
Yeah. There you go. That's fantastic.
And that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
That's actually a lot. Fucking
10
lot.
different times, yeah. Cloud, Sephiroth, Noctis. Well, hold on, wait, so who else? Cloud, Sephiroth, Noctis, Clive.
Yeah, that's
it. So 4.
Yeah, a quarter.
Oh, you said I thought you said a dime.
Yeah,
I was like, you fought 10? Oh, a quarter. I see. Well, the other thing, which I think is kind of crazy, is the fact that in addition to Virtua Fighter coming back, the Yakuza devs are also making a classic Yakuza game, so not an RPG, an actual action game again, that's set in 1915 Japan, which I think is incredibly cool.
Dude,
this looks very, very cool.
It looks amazing, and I said this on Twitter, I don't know how that studio operates, bro. Let me tell you, since 2015, when Yakuza 0 blew up, right? 2016, Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza 6. 2017, Yakuza Kiwami 2. 2018, Fist of the North Star, Yakuza 3 Remastered, and Judgment. 2019, Yakuza 4, Yakuza 5, Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz HD. 2020, Yakuza Like a Dragon. 2021, Judgment Remastered, Lost Judgment, Monkey Ball, Virtua Fighter 5. And then the only time they took a break was in 2022. Then in 2023, they did Like a Dragon.
Immediately, beginning of the year, right, exactly.
The Kiryu spinoff, and then this year, Infinite Wealth and Banana Rumble. They're crazy.
And then next year, you've got Virtua Fighter, you've got this Project Century, and you've got in February the Pirates in Hawaii game, the spinoff with Goro. So it's
don't understand them.
Yeah, I think like Sega that is their best studio. Like they just because I'm pretty certain like a lot of people that worked on like the old Daytona, the old Virtual Fighter, they're all in that studio.
Yeah.
Like it's just like the Sega has a lot of strong talent in that studio, and Sega got their heads out their asses and
they're consistently good. Like even if you look at the latest Monkey Ball was also very, very good. It just recently came out.
All their games.
Yeah.
They have a good devs. Like it was just to say, like their development cycle is crazy. They reuse assets super well. They have like different teams doing stuff. They're crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to RPG Studio, man.
I think with the Project Century, that's what it's called, right?
Project Century, yeah.
When they first showed it a little bit at the beginning, it was black and white, and the scenery was being shown. For a split second in my head, I was like, "Bro, is this a Godzilla game?" Because of the fucking
that would have been movie. Actually, though, yeah,
Godzilla movie made me think of it. I was like, "Damn, this might be a Godzilla game."
That'd be cool. I'd be down for a Godzilla game one day. But I love the idea. I love like historical fiction, and so to me, having a Yakuza set back in like 1915 pre-World War II Japan is a very interesting, fun concept for a game.
Yeah.
And it looks good.
I'm not thinking crazy, right? Yakuza is normally not that violent.
No. But the thing about Yakuza that I appreciate as somebody who, if you guys listen to the show, you know this, or like if you watch any of my content, I am not somebody who really likes super violent, gory, bloody games. I never have. But I think the thing that I appreciate about Yakuza is there's always things where you could tone it down, right? They were clearly doing it at like the max settings in that trailer to show it off to people. But Yakuza is always good about being like, if you just want to turn it off, you can just turn it off. And they still make the things brutal. And obviously the cutscenes are still brutal. But again, it services the story, right? Because again, you're following Yakuza members. Of course, they're going to be shooting people in the head. Like, it comes with the territory.
It's just interesting to see something from like a Japanese studio that has that level of violence in it. Because normally that doesn't come out of Japan like that.
Yeah, and because the game is set like 1915, it's going to be more like, knives and swords and stuff like that too. So I think that'll be really cool. Yeah. Super excited for that. Also, I saw a lot of people super excited for Turok coming back. Which, by the way, this Turok Origins game was also in that NVIDIA leak a couple years ago, further confirming everything that was on there. So pretty much all we have left, right? It's Final Fantasy IX. We got the Final Fantasy Tactics remake, right? There's a couple other games that are on there, but again, Turok Origins.
Power Stone might just be in the bundle that's coming out.
Right. We know about that now. Yeah, Power Stone's coming back, so not a huge shock. But yeah, Turok was one of those games. So cool. I thought it was Ark for a second. So I'm glad it's not.
So I saw Universal, and then I saw like it's okay, dinosaurs and somewhat sci-fi. It's like, is this Turok? Does Universal own Turok?
No. That's no. What you said was this is a Jurassic Park game or whatever.
Oh,
and then you were like, it has to be because no other game can have dinosaurs except Turok, right?
Yeah.
And then the dinosaur ran past the screen, and you're like, is Turok owned by Universal?
Yeah, I was so confused. Yes, they just own a lot of shit.
Right on.
Like one of those arcade shooter games?
No, it was like
old school
era.
N64 FPS. Yeah, Turok, and specifically Turok 2. Turok 2 was like, I think 1998. So it was kind of considered that year, that like 1998, 1999 portion of the N64's lifespan is considered like peak, right? That's like Ocarina of Time, Super Smash Brothers, right? Turok 2. There's like a lot of games that came out. The original Mario Party. There was a lot of stuff that came out in that time frame. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool that it's coming back though. I probably won't play it, but one thing I will play, Onimusha coming back. Onimusha Way of the Sword getting announced. One of a couple pretty huge announcements from Capcom.
Can you describe how Onimusha plays? This is like a game from Capcom that I actually have not really seen anything about.
It is like a hack and slash kind of action game, is I think the best way to describe it. It's not quite action game on the level of like a Stellar Blade or a Black Myth Wukong, but it's more like hack and slashy. But I mean, it's great,
So
and they're classic
like
games.
Ninja Gaiden, like around there. Like maybe not as punishing as Ninja Gaiden, but like
maybe not
style.
as punishing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean that'd be more of an equivalent. Yeah, certainly more than like a Black Myth Wukong. Yeah, I'm seeing some people saying Onimusha's like Samurai Resident Evil. I mean, I wouldn't say that. It's a little quicker than Resident Evil. You're not like walking around like a pile of bricks. You know, I mean, it's a little quicker, but I mean, I guess Resident Evil. That's the framing of it is similar to that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of cool. Again, it's cool that we're getting a new one. It's also cool that we're getting a new game from the Overcooked team. This game is called Stage Fright. Again, co-op looking game where you've got two characters playing in two different zones that have to work together, fighting similar looking characters. And then also it's being published by the No Man's Sky developer, which is kind of interesting too. So yeah, Overcooked meets their new game from the No Man's Sky people. That's there. We got a very, 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 very brief glimpse. I think Fadel, I'm sorry I'm going to out you, but this happened on my live stream, so I figure I have to say it. Aru was reacting with me. It was me, Reagan, and Aru, and we were reacting to this game. I freaked out seeing it was Sonic Racing, saw Shadow, thought this was going to be kind of cool, and then we got nothing. We moved on to the next announcement, which was Mafia, and then Aru said, I'm sorry, I have to read this out. And you said specifically, I can't believe they edged me like this regarding this Sonic Racing announcement. So were you expecting something more? Was this something that you knew about previously? This Sonic Racing CrossWorlds game?
Me freaky.
Oh, I like that he left call. He
Okay,
said,
well, I'll hop in
nothing
here
to do with
because this was the most excited I got. Because like,
Hello? Sorry, my mom called.
hey, but real fast.
your mom called while you were talking about edging. Is what happened.
Oh my god!
You were talking about
Sonic.
Sonic, yeah, right. I like that you knew immediately what I was talking about. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. So go ahead, McDareth. What were you saying?
Because I love like Team Sonic Racing. It wasn't as good, and that was the fear. Is like after Team Sonic Racing, I think it sold well, but then they never updated it. So that to me felt like maybe they're just done like doing racing games. And Sumo Digital started working on Little Big Planet. So I was afraid they weren't even going to do another like racing game for a while even. So this came up.
It has been a while too, though. That's crazy.
It's been a bit. So when this came up, saw Shadow, he got in the car and he drove off. I'm first thinking, please don't be a fucking mobile game. Like don't be talking about a mobile game. That was my first fear. This thing popped up and showed all the consoles. I screamed. I was so happy. Because that was actually the most excited I got on all the Game Awards. But I'm biased as shit. But I was very happy for a new Sonic Racing game.
Yeah, I was yelling just off of excitement, but I also was like, what the fuck, they didn't show me shit. And it was the info after that came out that got me excited because you kind of have to dig for it. But like, if right now you Google the game and you look at the website description says like traverse through air, land, sea, time, and space. So it seems like the game is going to take the actual mechanics from All Stars Racing Transformed, which was like the best one.
Yeah.
And there's also going to be some space stuff and some some time travel, which probably explains why he goes through the ring.
So
I assume
did you notice this too, Fadel? That it's not
the
called
board?
warped. No, like the fonts and the style of like the very last word in the title screen looks a lot like Sonic Prime.
It does. It does look like Prime, which I noticed that comparison. I think it might be a coincidence.
I almost like freaked out a second. I thought you meant Metroid Prime, and I was like,
no.
Sonic Metroid characters in Sonic?
No, the Netflix show.
Yeah, no, it looked like that. But I think that might be a bit of a coincidence because again, like I was thinking just because of that description that it just means. I think it just means they're going to be traveling everywhere. And because the site says space and time, I think that's what ties into the writer's board being on the wall.
Yeah, that was cool. They showed that.
Yeah, and because I think in Sonic All Stars Race Transformed, when you go in the air, the car would turn into like a flying ship. When you went to the water, it would turn to like a hover board, like a hover ship on top of the water. So I'm thinking whether you go through space or time will be when your car turns to the rider's gear. I think that might be one of the big hooks of the game. Is rider's gear is in the game, but it's going to be tied to when you go through space or time.
So
not to interrupt real quick. We were just on the topic of Sega, and Sakurai just tweeted this, and I think it's really funny. He quote retweeted the Virtua Fighter anniversary announcements and all the stuff that came out of the Game Awards, and he just quote retweeted with the phrase, "You may have forgotten, but I put Virtua Fighter content in Smash Brothers."
He did.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a crazy thing to just tweet randomly, but anyway, sorry, continue.
We're saying Tito.
Yeah. Why are they in cars? Can he run faster than the car?
That's why they're well. To me, that's why
they
got to
take a break sometimes, bro.
If it's on foot and they're legitimately running and Sonic is trying, he wins.
Well, also, wait. Can I give a minor spoiler for Sonic 3?
Please, no. No, seriously, no.
Okay, no, I was asking. No, I know, because I was just gonna say, in relation to vehicles.
He's still gonna
I'm not. I promise I'm not. I was just gonna say that you know where I'm going with this, but I feel like that question gets answered is all I'll say regarding vehicles. If you see the new Sonic movie, that's all I'm gonna say. The question gets answered. Yeah,
but
movie Sonic is an inexperienced Sonic. We're talking legit Sonic. If they're racing, Sonic wins. Like that's the whole. They're racing on the
This is
foot.
his third movie. Isn't he nice by now?
No.
Well, it's not. Sonic's not the one on the vehicle. Obviously, it's Shadow. In the trailer. You see that. I'm saying the explanation is there. Yeah.
Also, like the thing is, if they're on foot, then like at that point you're just developing levels that are just mainline Sonic game levels. Whereas like a kart racer is like a very inherently different type of level design and movement.
Okay, real quick. I lost my train of thought when I was
talking. I'll bring up something. Something that you're probably not going to talk about.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
So during the Game Awards, you know how they Geoff always reveals like you can watch the Game Awards in Fortnite and blah blah blah.
Oh,
you know,
yes,
that
Snoop Dogg.
segment?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so apparently Fortnite island codes can end up being phone numbers in Indonesia if they start with 08. And coincidentally, the island code for the Fortnite island this year started in 08. So Geoff Keighley unintentionally doxed some guy in Indonesia, and on Twitter there was like a whole thing about it that this guy got like 200 phone calls and a bunch of texts. And it was so fucking funny.
Dang. Heart goes out to this random dude in Indonesia whose phone number got doxxed during the Game Awards. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, you're right. I was not going to talk about that. One thing I was going to bring up before the last two big closing announcements was we actually Geoff basically listened to the feedback regarding talking about layoffs in the industry, and there was a new award. There was the Game Changer Award that they gave out during the show, and they honored the guy who put together that list of like the developer list for hiring. And I thought his speech was very nice.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that guy was cool. I liked that. That was one of the best speeches
I'm
of the
glad
night.
they recognized him because I remember seeing. I knew of what that stuff was that he did, but I was never able to attach it to a name or a person. So when they explained what it was he was being awarded for, I was like, "Oh my god, it's that! I know exactly what this is." Yeah, very wholesome.
And apparently he's a business developer at Tencent. So obviously Tencent owns like however many companies at this point. So it's probably going to help a lot of people moving forward that he got all those names on that list. But yeah, I thought he was very nice. His speech was lovely, you know, and him thanking his parents and stuff. I thought that was really nice.
You know who else's speech I thought was really good?
Which one?
The founder of Larian Games.
Oh yes.
You know.
Who didn't get a chance to speak previously? That's right.
Yeah,
right.
And obviously he gave that really, really good speech just prior to the Game of the Year being presented, just talking about essentially, you know, great games being developed from passion and, you know, unified vision coming together rather than just being forced to try to
like the fucking Catley game.
Yeah. Oh god.
That's right. The Catley. Right. See, I didn't realize that was AI at first, though. And then you guys
said
it was AI.
It goes way deeper than that, brother.
It has that.
What
style,
is it?
right?
Hold on, I would like to know.
I honestly wasn't sure what I was looking at.
Okay, so Catley is a purely AI generated fucking thing where their Steam page has no gameplay. All of their descriptions are AI generated and stuff like that. And someone went and looked deeper into it, and they found that all of this Catley shit is owned by this one guy who has background in cryptocurrency and NFT rug pools. And
oh man.
And he has, the Catley thing is built specifically off of blockchain technology. So yeah, don't have any association with that.
That sucks because it looked cute.
Pokemon lost a few points on my list for that.
Oh,
no. I was very weird that so I was looking at it, it's like this looks like AI, but then my thought is like I don't think Geoff would let an AI game on the Game Awards. That's why I was like maybe it's not, but it had that distinct look that just looked AI.
Dang, that's a bummer because it looks cute
look,
from Man, that stinks. Well, thankfully, we can wash out the taste of AI cats with the taste of godly dogs because we got the Okami sequel announced during the game. This was my personal favorite announcement of the show. This was goated. Because at first, when he said it was going to be a magical announcement that was like important for Game Awards, that's what I thought. All three of us were like, it's going to be Kingdom Hearts, whatever. Then they start playing the Japanese drums, and we're like, what the heck is this? Yeah. And then Megan's like, yeah, maybe it's going to be Okami. And we sit there, and sure enough, it's Okami sequel. And not only is it an Okami sequel, Kamiya is coming back to direct it with his new studio, Clovers, which is made up of all the people, because obviously he no longer is with Platinum Games, and Clovers is made up of a lot of the original developers of the original Okami. And so we're finally getting a full-on sequel. Obviously, we had Okami Den, that was the cute sequel game that was on DS, but like a full, proper sequel for Okami is now in development, and I think that was just absolutely lovely.
Very happy about this. I was gonna say, like Varen said when they announced the studio's Clovers, that it's actually just full circle.
Yeah.
Yep. And with this in mind, does that mean that we're potentially gonna get a Beautiful Joe sequel in the future?
Oh my god, Beautiful Joe sequel developed by their
I feel like that's on the table.
Bro, I've been waiting for this shit for 25 years, bro.
Nah, you want a sequel or you want just like a remake?
What's the other game?
I would like a new game
that they've done.
They did Project Number something, right? The girl that was like Bayonetta pre-Bayonetta, with like the white armor.
That's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of another game.
It's gonna happen. He had an interview.
Joe Okami. What was his other one? I don't.
Did they do God Hand or was that different?
Yes, God Hand.
Oh, God Hand. That's right. I forgot about that. Right.
Yeah, no, he in July had an interview where he said he wanted to make Okami 2 and Beautiful Joe 3. So those two are happening, 100%.
That's exciting stuff, man.
And
I can't wait.
Now that's like, I think Geoff Keighley was right. Where like, Okami is a game that like, I feel like even if you don't care about it, you would see that announcement like, oh shit, like they're bringing that back. Cause like, I know it's a game that like everyone that's played it loves it. And then people know Amaterasu. It's just, it is a really magical announcement. The way they did it.
I have not played the original Okami. I have Okami HD on my Switch, but I have not played through it probably since high school. It's been like a long time since the last time it would have been early college because I didn't have a PS2 in high school. So it would have been early college, but still in all, like, it's been a long time. And I do actually think I want to go back and like replay the whole thing prior to this one coming out.
I think I'm probably going to start it because of this.
Yeah. Also, there's like a huge sale going on. I was just going to say, you can literally get it for $5.
There's a bunch of sales going on for stuff. Yeah. Like the Mafia sale is pretty big if you're interested in Mafia. Like the entire series.
That's right. The whole series is like 85% off or something crazy. Yeah. So we go from that amazing, shocking, cool announcement of the Okami sequel, and we go into this closer, and we're thinking, what's this closer going to be? And you see it's a new game from Naughty Dog, and you're like, all right, wow, new game from Naughty Dog. This is going to be cool. They're not just making Last of Us anymore. And we get Intergalactic, The Heretic Prophets, which is a sci-fi single-player game apparently inspired by Cowboy Bebop. Thoughts?
Hell yeah.
I don't give a fuck about this game.
I want to see more about it.
I always say, like, when it comes to Naughty Dog, I think because of how much they've exhausted, like, the joke of remastering Last of Us and Last of Us being in our face, I feel like their real reputation's been kind of tarnished. Because for me, I'm excited because I'm like, all right, you're taking a team that's made really quality games and they're going to get to do something different. So for me, like,
what is that sound, bro?
What is that? What sound? Oh, what?
What is that? What was that?
Ain't no fucking way.
It sounded like someone was moving furniture. It was very weird.
Anyways,
wait.
No. Explain
what that was. What was that?
My drawing machine lost its mind, bro.
Oh, okay. It was your dryer. All right, continue.
Yeah, it's my dryer. I was saying, like, I feel like because of everything that's like been going on with the last 5 years, where they've just milked Last of Us a shit ton, the like real rep of the games has been hurt because they still make like quality games. Like their quality gameplay stuff is really good, and so. For me, like, that trailer didn't really do shit for me until the end, where like they get like the weird looking alien with the cyber sword. I'm like, okay, this is. I think this will be a very cool game, but I understand like the inherent like start of it is kind of lame and just very like, all right, let's do the space thing again. But I don't know, off of the rep and then doing something maybe fun and inspired by Cowboy Bebop, I'm more invested.
Because that was the interesting. Maybe I'm like more sensitive to this because I cover anime a lot, but I feel like there's a lot of shit that says, well, we're inspired by Cowboy Bebop and Akira, and then it comes out and it's nothing like that at all. It's not that stylish, and I feel like I was just super. All three of us, honestly, me, Reagan, and Aru, all three of us were like not feeling this game whatsoever. Because
I get it.
One, the product placement I think was like very egregious, and I understood why they were doing what they were doing to like give you the idea of a certain time period, but it did not come off as like classy to me. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a way to do it, and like I think a good example of this is Pikmin. Right? Like Pikmin, when you have the product placement in Pikmin, it's like funny, right? Because it's meant to be like a ruined Earth, and you're like, oh, okay, we're seeing Duracell batteries, and they're getting like cute names.
I didn't see that much problem with it.
In this, I feel like you had a Porsche spaceship with like a Sony Walkman machine with like a zoom in on Adidas shoes.
I thought the Sony one was the one that clued me in. It's like, okay, so this is a PlayStation Studio because they had announced it at that point. The rest was like, why is this a Porsche rocket?
Right.
This is the way I view it. Like, they said that it's supposed to take place in 1986 in the real world, where technology has advanced extremely. So it's like they're really trying to ground the player and immerse the player to make them understand, like, you know, this is the real world. We want to put you face first into this game, put you in the seats. And I guess they assume like the logos and all of that will help. Like, it's been done before, obviously, like Pikmin, Metal Gear, like, I get it. It's,
exactly.
I don't see an issue with it. My issue is just Neil Druckmann. Like, honestly, I was kind of into the trailer at first, and then it started to dwindle, and then once it got to the end where it started listing shit, and they announced Neil Druckmann. I was like, oh, I'm out. I'm so done. Like, you could probably see it on my stream where I was reacting. Like, I just have no interest in it.
I think to me, it's just like, I also can't really even put my finger on it. I just feel like there's a lot of generic sci-fi trying to be like Guardians of the Galaxy stuff recently. It's happened a lot. I feel like Starfield had a little bit of this, but at least Starfield was kind of its own, like, it was making its own kind of lore. You know what I mean? It was kind of its own thing. Whereas like this, to me, obviously it's not going to play anything like it, but we were talking about this a lot in the show, was Concord, right? The look of Concord, the cassette futurism look of Concord, this looked a lot like that to me personally. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Naughty Dog, right, is known for Crash Bandicoot, and like even Uncharted to an extent can be kind of goofy. And I feel like the goofiness of those games outside of the product placement stuff didn't really land in this initial reveal trailer to me. I feel like this reveal trailer, if it would have been like goofier and funnier, or we would have seen like the characters goofing around or something, maybe I would buy more into the, oh, we're back to the fun Naughty Dog. But I don't know. I didn't get that from this trailer. I got like generic sci-fi developed by the guys who make Last of Us, which sounds incredibly unappealing to me personally, but I understand there's a lot of people who would like it, you know?
I mean, yeah, it's hard to get that point of cross of, you know, hey, we're setting our game in space, and don't worry, we're going to be a lot more unique and different from all the other games. It's hard to do that when your trailer is like 2 minutes of no gameplay and it's like talking between a character.
I would argue it's easier when there's no gameplay. I would argue it's easier to find the goofiness and to give something that's going to appeal to people.
Well, not all the time,
there's not
because
gameplay.
it's not rooted in the actual game. It's pre-made to sell you on the game, but like it's not going to be in the final product. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
So like if I'm just seeing these two characters talk and I don't know anything about them at all because it's the first time I'm seeing it, and it's like exposition being thrown that we're just not aware of at all, I'm not going to be interested. Like, the main premise of a game is the gameplay. So if I'm not getting any gameplay, how am I going to be interested in playing your game?
Yeah.
There's some studios that I feel like get away with just like the CG, like first reveal, just off of the name of who they are. I think that's like a very normal.
But I'm also getting so annoyed by that because there's so many trailers where it's like brought to you by the studio from this and that.
Yeah, no,
your studio doesn't have those people anymore.
I think if it's a new IP. Yeah, I think that new IPs should definitely reveal gameplay, right? But it's like if it's I don't know, like when Zelda's announced, I'm like, I'm good. Like that's hype enough. Or Smash is announced. Yeah. Because you're like, okay, well, I know what this is. But yeah, I get it. Like a new IP I feel like should always debut with like gameplay, because you're just like, oh, I don't know. I came into this not knowing anything and I left it not knowing anything.
Or at least, have the CGI.
I would argue
what gameplay is going to be. Like I thought, Witcher 4 was all CGI, but you
have an idea of what the game. Yes,
so you feel more what it's going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
You see who fight?
Cersei.
Siri.
Is it Siri?
Cersei. Yeah, it is Siri.
Okay.
From my perspective, I think these games that are coming out, like the Naughty Dog games, like Last of Us, Intergalactic, that type of shit. I think there's a shift that's going on in the game industry where they want to shift more into telling a story, and that's why we're getting loads of introductions from celebrity actors and stuff like that, and it's more dialogue and performance based instead of gameplay based. And when it is gameplay based, you're seeing a lot of the same gameplay. I mentioned it again. Remember McDareth when we were watching the thing, and I was like, oh, if you look at it, this gameplay over the shoulder shooter is the exact same as Turok.
Yeah.
There's so much gameplay that feels so similar now because it's just either it's easy to do and that's the format, or that they just understand that's what the masses feel like playing.
And I the point I want to make too is not that like, I actually think what Fadel was bringing up with like the idea that certain developers have the caliber to just make an announcement and people get excited. Like I totally think Naughty Dog has earned that. Even as somebody who doesn't like Naughty Dog games primarily, I'm like, I do think they can kind of get away with it. All I said was that this trailer specifically coming off of like a lot of this kind of generic. I feel like for a time everything was zombies. You know what I mean? There was like 2 years ago everything was zombies, and now I feel like everything is this type of sci-fi. And I'm just kind of tired of it. And I thought like, oh, if they're going to make something new, I'm excited to see what Naughty Dog is going to do. Because, you know, I was not a Last of Us fan, but I would be open to seeing what like a new franchise from them would look like. And then I saw this, and even from the teaser, I was just like out, you know. So it is what it is. But I would love to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. I'd love for the game to be great and for them to be something.
I don't.
But yeah, you actively are wishing for the downfall of this game.
I do not like Neil
crazy.
Druckmann at all.
Okay, well, there you go. You heard it from Coast. There you go.
Fuck that guy.
I will say though, I do think they could have ended with Witcher. I do think Witcher. I think Witcher would have been a good opener, and Witcher would have been a good ending. Yeah.
Yeah, someone with like no stake in either franchise, or well, I haven't played a Naughty Dog game for literally decades. I think the last one I played was probably like Jack and Daxter. I never played the Uncharted games. Never played Last of Us.
You've never played Last of Us, really?
No, I might watch the TV show.
The show is good. I'll say the show is legitimately good.
I don't really have much drive to play the game, but as someone who again hasn't played the Witcher series, just I felt like the trailer for The Witcher 4 was just a lot more impactful, and a lot like the way that they kind of showed the content of the trailer, I just thought was a lot stronger.
Right on. By the way, I have to give a quick shout out. Coast, not Coast. I'm sorry, I read this.
Sure, I'll
Coast.
take a shout out.
No. Well, Coast is great. Go follow Coast. Go subscribe and follow Coast. Absolutely. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, Games Cage Fadel is wrapping up currently because he's packing to come to LA. What? So he wanted to say goodbye. We'll see you soon. And so he left. And then also Tito had to leave as well. So the two of them just bounced. So you just got the five of us for the very end of the show. But honestly, is there anything else to really
there's
discuss?
definitely.
Oh, well, what else?
I got something to end on if we're ending it right here.
Let's go.
Wait, before you do that, can we put the Hyperlight Breaker trailer on stream?
Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's pull it up. Yeah. Let's go.
I'll post it in podcast.
Absolutely, we could pull that up on stream. Let's go. Get a good solid promo in here.
Where the hell that joint at, bro?
In the podcast channel, bro.
Hyperlight Breaker, this one?
There you go, right there. Click it, click it.
Give me 1 sec, man.
Yeah, show it in Discord too if you can.
I will, my brother.
By the way, man, I ordered from this it's like a fried rice place for dinner.
Oh yeah, I could hear you chewing.
Oh, it's delicious. This is delicious. It's got this good garlic sauce. Man, oh man, is it good.
Off-brand games had layoffs apparently.
Yeah. So what that was is the actual games part is still there. It's the production side.
Oh.
Is what they're shutting down, which to me feels like the death of Beyond the Summit again. Because like that's what Offbrand was supposed to basically do, but they couldn't make that affordable. So Ludwig is still going to run stuff, and I'm guessing he's going to hire some of those people just under him and have just less staff working on that, and then they're still going to do the game side.
Oh, you said that, and that reminded me for some reason. Obviously, we're not going to go over all of them because there's so many different Switch 2 rumors that are going on right now. But there was apparently a leak of a 3D print of the model that was used for one of the cases. But essentially, it's just that the Switch 2 looks exactly like what we expected it to look like. It just basically has an additional capture button. Yeah, presumably, it has an additional capture button, and the top has like a USB-C. That's about it. All right, let's play this trailer. Let's see this good stuff. Yeah, indeed. Let's go.
Work on making Breaker the best it can be.
All right, so Virami animated everything here, right?
And we want to thank
but I animated a lot of things. I've been working on this game for 4 years, so I animated a lot of things in the game.
Early access will mark.
Can you tell us what you animated when we get to it?
Throughout early access, we'll be
content and getting. It's a bit difficult to because it's literally like a lot of random things here and there.
I see.
Begins. We'd like to share an overview of the game.
It's looking good.
You need to know before you jump into the overgrowth with fellow breakers for the first time. Hyperlight Breaker is a co-op, open-world roguelike set in a brand new realm in the world of Hyperlight, taking place decades before the events of Hyperlight Drifter.
Yeah, Hyperlight aesthetic has always been clean.
Yeah, very nice. How many people can play together?
Breakers are an
3.
elite organization.
I'm like, this seems like it should be a Japan time special.
After a huge
Okay, how many times are you gonna say that until we actually do something?
Okay, but to be fair, I can't say why we had to cancel this most recent one, but there was a reason. And it's not a reason that happens all the time. It's a reason that happens because there's a certain thing premiering, so we had to move that.
Up to you and the rest of the breakers to uncover the truth. Like with our previous games, Hyperlight Drifter and Solar Ash, exploration has been the heart and soul of our world design since the very beginning.
Solar Ash, by the way, was really solid.
It's all about
It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Thank you.
While collecting unique gear to create different builds and destroying hordes of enemies.
Yeah, I worked a lot more on this game compared to Solar Ash.
The crowns in the Abyss Game. The Overgrowth
Had
is
a
vast,
much bigger
ever-changing
contribution.
world with large-scale open biomes and deep labyrinths, where you'll carry out your mission to defeat the crowns.
Yeah, it's got a very cool art style. I'm digging it.
To get the keys needed to open the gates for each crown. As you explore, you'll discover that the biomes within are procedurally generated with unique layouts.
Okay, I was gonna literally ask if it was procedurally generated.
Yeah.
Playthroughs, so you'll never see the same world twice. Explore the Overgrowth to the fullest and see what, or even who, you can find in each run. With the Abyss King's control of the Overgrowth, prepare to face hordes of deadly enemies and brutal, challenging bosses who won't go down without.
And what systems is this on?
To survive
Early access is only going to be on Steam.
Gotcha.
Beyond that, I can't say.
Rushing in and button
Got you.
will only get you so far. To make it out alive, you
We all got computers. We can all play on computers.
Not Ricky.
That's right, Ricky doesn't. Well, he does. He's just lying.
To attack when the time is right. When the going gets tough as you're clinging on to your last health kit.
Definitely very excited to play this. So as a question, I'm in the art you guys show more characters, so I'm guessing it's not just these 3. Maybe early access might be just these 3, or can you like
Yeah,
say?
early access is just these 3. We've got more in the works.
Okay.
Cool. Is there a lore reason why he has the tail?
You can prepare for your next run again. Return to the
Just has a
Overgrowth
tail.
to take on one of the
That's
This
cool.
is kind of the
Crown fights are
part of the
challenging,
race/species.
and will put your combat skills to the ultimate test. Dro, the female Wolven warrior here, clearly doesn't.
Oh
give a
goddamn!
Oh no, this looks sick. Yeah, I was gonna say this fight looks awesome.
Quick on your feet and find the right time to strike. For early access launch.
Yeah, the boss fights can get pretty hectic. You gotta keep on your toes.
I love the design of that guy too, with like the bones and everything.
Doesn't mark the end of your adventure in Hyperlight Breaker. It's just the beginning, as you'll be able to make progress in multiple ways in between runs back at the Cursed Outpost. From improving your stats, to getting new abilities and gear, or decoding memories to piece together each crown's story.
Now this is early access. Is your save data gonna carry over when the final game comes out?
That's a good question. I'm actually not sure on the answer to that.
Along with this,
Because if it does, I'm definitely playing this.
reset, so you'll be able to
I got a couple of friends I can play this with. I know. I got a solid group of people that I can hit up for playing
Yeah,
this.
definitely.
It's definitely best play co-op. It's the most. It's the
Oh,
most
100%, of course.
Early access launch will be just the beginning for Hyperlight Breaker, as it will evolve and be shaped by you all, our amazing community. We've mentioned we already have some content plans in mind, including adding more breakers, crowns.
Oh,
gear,
well, there's
and
the answer to
more.
my question.
But we'll be getting
There
more
you go.
feedback on what else you'd like to see. We want you to be part of the game's development journey, so we hope you join us in the Overgrowth, and will be with us every step of the way. When
Wait, so if we play the early access, we could say all of Japan time worked on this game?
There you go. Japan Time's first game. Hyperlight Breaker. There you go. That'd be awesome. Well, sick, man. Very cool trailer. I'm glad we got to watch that and react to it together. How are we wrapping this up, Coast? You said you got something for us?
All right.
Is it going to be another game?
No, so unfortunately, it's not a game today.
Okay. Okay.
Some people may expect now at the end of every show, but it's something even better than the game. As you all remember, last year we had a little event called the Japan Time Awards 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's coming to that time of the year where another one might roll around, right? So I'm proud to announce that today the nominations or sorry, not nominations. The voting for the Japan Time Awards is now open. I'm going to link you guys the Google form right here. Shofu, if you want to pull it up. If you want to pull it up and show on stream, we go through the categories. I'll also link it in the chat. Okay, I got timed out in Shofu's chat, but
I got you. Don't worry.
There we go.
There you go.
We can go over this.
Man.
There we go.
Guys, get to voting. The voting will be up until the next show, so make sure you get your votes in.
There's good options on here. Wait a minute.
There is. So we can go over each category right now.
Let's do it.
Game of the year.
Yeah, pop this up here. We'll see. So first category, we got Nintendo Game of the Year.
Yes, sir.
Which is Mario vs. Donkey Kong Remastered, Princess Peach Showtime, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, Emio the Smiling Man, that's my vote, fantastic. The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Super Mario Party Jamboree, also could potentially be my vote, and Mario and Luigi Brothership. Those are the nominees for Nintendo Game of the Year.
Yep.
Next up, we got Game of the Year, which is exactly the same as the Game Awards, Astrobot Rebirth, Metaphor, Wukong, Balatro, Elden Ring, but we also threw Stellar Blade in there.
Quite literally did not play a single one of these games this year.
But it's literally the Game Awards plus Stellar Blade right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Hold on. Wait, my thing just crashed. Wait a minute. Give me a second. Hold this back up. There we go. We got most anticipated game. Oh, I like that you just added this one on here since it got announced yesterday. We got 2XKO, Death Stranding on the Beach, Monster Hunter Wilds, Ghost of Yote, Grand Theft Auto 6, Pokemon Legends Zaza, The Witcher 4, and Okami's sequel.
Yep.
Very, very cool stuff. Oh, you got some good nominations here. Anime. Oh my God, I'm seeing one down here. Anime of the year. We got Dandadan, Frieren, Apothecary Diaries, Dungeon Meshi, Mushoku Tensei, Look Back, and Mashal.
Yeah, okay. Why
I've only watched the first two.
Don't worry, man.
Definitely not jobless.
Don't worry, man.
Out people.
We got big. This is crazy. Biggest disappointment. We got Concord, Twitch,
the entirety of Twitch.
Yep, all of Twitch.
Madam Web, still no Silk Song. Drake and the U.S. presidential election.
Come on, dog.
This is insane, man.
Get to voting. Because you already know what happened one time.
Fire, though. Biggest redemption. This is also interesting. We got.
Bro, are you fucking crazy?
Biggest redemption. We got the Game Awards, the Pokemon Cypher.
This is insanity.
Capcom, Halo, Kyrie Irving, and Thorfinn as biggest redemption. Very interesting there. Okay. Coast went hard on these. Best piece of merch. We got the Japan Time clock, the Japan Time messenger bag, the Japan Time hoodie, the Japan Time button up, the Japan Time patches, and the Japan Time playing cards.
Yeah, please vote in this category for sure so we can gauge on what other merch we can bring along. So
for sure.
Yeah, that's the most important one.
Our funniest show moment nominations for this year are the worst cast member of 2023, Zeph dying before the Pokemon Cypher, the Dixertation, the sizable, massive epic from one of the game shows, and what's a BBL? Was that me? Did I say what's a BBL?
Yeah, that was you.
That's crazy. I know what a BBL now is, thankfully, thanks to you guys. You educated me.
Yeah, so this category added Fadel for
unironically, I think Ricky might win this shit, bro.
I actually think Ricky has been on most of them. He didn't make it today, but we're doing it on Friday instead of the normal Monday, so he probably would have been here if it was on Monday.
I brought back the most likely category, but we switched up the nominations here. So
this is most likely to survive a zombie apocalypse.
Yep.
Got you. So that's all of us. Then we got most likely.
I'm instantly ruling out Fadel. Holy shit.
So live in a zombie apocalypse? Yeah, I don't think so.
Most likely to not wash their hands in public. Don't even include me on this list. Most likely to get a tramp stamp. What the fuck?
That's on there. I like that one. Most out-of-pocket member. That makes sense. We had that last year. Best gamer.
Yeah, I added best gamer this year.
I like that. I like that. A lot of us.
If we're talking about game awards, we need a best gamer.
I like that. I like best gamer.
What does that actually mean, though?
It's just who's the best at games. Who do they think is the best gamer in the podcast?
I don't even fucking know. I don't know how I even gauge that.
Well, they'll figure it out.
We all can rule out
out
one of these pretty easily.
Yeah, McDareth, because I beat him at Pokken, so for sure we
Best
can roll
cast
out.
member.
You walked right into that
Worst
one.
cast member. Your
Yep,
favorite
brought back
cast member,
worst cast
sponsored by Wendy's.
Yep. So Wingstop
Bro,
unfortunately did not
where's
want
my
to sign
bread
up again.
at? Where's my
Unfortunately,
bread?
Wingstop did not want to sign on again this year. So we have a new sponsor this year, Wendy's.
So Wendy's, sponsored by Wendy's, your favorite cast member. Then we also have worst cast member as well. Fantastic.
Episode of the year.
And then episode of the year. Personally, I'm between two on these, but I'm not going to throw my.
I don't even fucking
I
remember.
throw my hand in. We got Pokemon Zaza, which was, of course, the announcement of Pokemon Legends. All Hail Shadow, which was the Shadow Generations podcast with McDareth on the thumbnail. It's a pretty good thumbnail. Inject It Directly in My Veins, which is the big summer Nintendo Direct. The One True Mario tier list. I genuinely forgot that we did that episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a good one. Canada in Shambles. This is when all the Drake stuff was coming out and the Knuckles show was airing. That was a good one. Canada in Shambles, that's right. Rest in Peace, Akira Toriyama, which of course that was the I think it was one of the last Rebirth episodes. We were talking about the ending of Rebirth plus the passing of Akira Toriyama, so very newsworthy. With the Evo episode, the Evo special, Evo 2024, where all of us played Fatal Fury, and Sound the Alarmo, which is probably the most out-of-pocket thumbnail that I've ever done, which was like the World War II bomber dropping clocks on London with Goku in the front and then a giant hand slamming down on the Alarmo clock, making a Lenny face. So, yeah, a lot of good categories this year. Thank you again to Coast for putting this together. Round of applause to Coast. Honestly, there should be a category most cast member that put in the most work on the episodes this year. Because I feel like you'd win that one pretty handily. I feel like in terms of
get your votes in, guys.
Yeah,
We'll be showing off the winners next podcast episode, which will be will it be 2 weeks from Monday?
It's Monday the 30th. Yeah, so it's going to be Monday the 30th. So let's see. Monday the 16th, Fadel and I are going to be at a thing, so we can't do it, which is why we moved it. Monday the 23rd, I think most of us are going to be traveling, and also it's like the day before Christmas Eve, so it's like we're not doing that.
Ideally, I'm hoping that over the weekend, we'll record a Sonic Movie 3 discussion, and that should go up on that Monday.
Oh, good. Okay, that's good. Good. And then so the next show will probably be the 30th. So that'll be our last show of the year. Is that going to be the reveal of the Japan Time Awards then? Is going to be the next show?
We'll be showing off.
Nice. Okay, great, cool. That's going to be a good way to end it. Wow. Okay. Well, this is going to be the way we're ending tonight's episode. So thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in. A very, very nice, jam-packed news show. Thanks for being here. We'll be back on December 30th with the finale of this season of Japan Time. Thanks again for tuning in. And make sure to subscribe to the Japan Time YouTube channel, Japan Time Podcast on YouTube. Any other final plugs, McDareth? Anything we gotta talk about? I got one. Oh, let's go, Shofu. Let's go.
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
That's all I have.
I'm eating right now, so there you go. Thanks, Kaya.
Yeah, there's two different merch stores you can support. You can go to WDFA/shop or .shop. Did I say that wrong?
It's WDFAshop.com, bro.
There you go. WDFAshop.com. Pick up some Cypher merch. Support Shofu for the Pokemon Cypher.
Right.
I know my shirt and hoodie just came in from that. You can also go to fifthspace.com/JapanTime. Pick you up some Japan Time merch and support the show.
Sorry, I had ribs in my mouth. Good night, everybody.
God damn.
Hungry ass boy.
Didn't help himself until, the show actually ended.
I thought it was over already, and so I didn't. So I started eating.
Yeah.